X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who spit facts online all the time.
Can you see it? All the ones who drag my name every single day. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? They keep saying you don't have what it takes to carve out your own name underneath the shadows of gods. And I keep waiting for the day disbelievers say I flew way too close to the sun. I wait, but it never really comes. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all that shackled mind. Why do they just in arrogance when they fall from the battles I have overcome? You feel it, feel the cope and the seething tone that they make while I stand up, man among gods. And I keep thinking with my mill, shooting ropes in my cold that faces towards the sun. They hate, but I'm sitting comfy with their mom. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all that shackled mind. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all that shadowed minds. It's you and me, your mom, it's me. I'll take another hit from my name. You see now, watch me right now, punch your things now. Show you how.
Hello everybody, good evening, and welcome back to my stream. It is so good to have all of you here. And before I show my camera, I want to give you guys a little bit of info, so you guys aren't shocked whenever I switch my camera over. For one, I have participated in No Shave November, and I have not cut my beard yet, so of course I'm going to have a nice scraggly whatever on my face. And, on top of that, I look awful from COVID, because I caught COVID again. I feel a lot better than I did last time I got COVID. I recovered way faster, so I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling okay. It may be obvious that I feel a little off, but, you know, I'm doing all right. And I have finally finished moving. I found a house to rent in a Seattle suburb. I moved in, set up my stuff, got internet and all that stuff set up. And currently, I am in my new streaming room in my new finished basement. Are you guys ready to see the new streaming room? It's completely empty. But, well, it has to be suburbs so that I can raise quail. But, this is the place. You can't really see much of it because of my new lights. It's dark in here. But, this is my finished basement. The lights are very awesome. I need to set up some proper lighting for myself. I'm pretty dark right now. It's hard to see me. But hey, everybody, it's so good to be back. I had to take some time off because I had to stream. I had COVID, sorry. I had to take some time off streaming because I had COVID. As you can see, I also have COVID brain fog. And I also was moving. And that kind of took a lot out of me. I was very, very tired. I had to move with a fever and chills. It was not fun. Bisudu! Wow, thank you so much for the tier 2 sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I assume that's a 1-monther. Thank you for the $10. Said, oh heck, my skin has turned pale. My mannerism are darn tootin'. Gotta cure my whiteness. Hug. Oh no, you turned white. Thank you so much for the tier 2 sub. And welcome to the Purple Name Club. By the way, guys, your support now is more appreciated than ever because I just spent a fuck ton of money moving. So I have, like, no goddamn money, and to be able to afford groceries and stuff like that, I need your direct support, because YouTube takes a month to pay me. So yeah, with you know, if you guys want to toss $1 my way, I would really appreciate it. But of course, if you don't have the money for it and you don't want to donate, or even if you just don't want to donate to me, you can just hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up button over on YouTube, and it really does go a long way. I really do appreciate it. I have not seen the GTA 6 trailer yet, no. I've actually been saving that for when I'm on stream. For those of you guys that don't know, GTA 6 takes place in my homeland. There are news articles about the trailer releasing. Holy shit. Okay, here's one from IGN. Commodore Chomp, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate the $5. Says, grats on the move, champ. I really appreciate it. Or I don't know why I read champ in that. I think it's because Chomp is in your name. I have no idea where that came from. COVID brain fog is real, okay? It's like being stoned times 10. Nethercat, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you for the $5. Says, white name bad, blue name good, Zan content best. Aw, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're so kind. New place looks rad. Thank you. I'm in a basement right now. I'm streaming underground as we speak, and I've got 2 windows right above me as well. So, like, whenever I want to get some sun, I just, like, open up the blinds, and I let the sun shine in, and it, like, the angle that it comes in at is, like, perfectly down onto me. So I get, if I stream during the day, which I will be doing from now on, I'll be lit up with natural sunlight. I'm not going to need a lighting setup. I'm just going to be lit up by the sun. I've been gone so long, I literally grew a beard. This is roughly what grows in about a month. Nothing crazy, but it's very... It's something. I need this to fill in. I need this to fill in a bit more. And I really need this to fill in. But yeah. Bisudu, holy crap. Thank you for the 10 tier 1 gifted subs. That is crazy. Holy crap. That is $50 right there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is crazy, Bisudu. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gifted those tier 1 subs to Flashcord Photo, Muriel, PP Girl 420, Pika's Playhouse, Hyper, Dark Excalibur 42, Jade Monkey, Delancer, Noodles 23, and Danshare. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Says Quail Arc is upon us. Hyper's Chatterinos, Hyper's Mirror. Hell yeah. The Quail Arc is literally coming this spring. I moved into the place. My backyard is perfect. I'll give a tour at some point of the place. The backyard is perfect for quail. I've got like this covered porch area as well, which is where I'm going to do it, with hookups for outlets to get like heating lamps and space heaters. It can be insulated, so I can like put down tarps that like allow me to like insulate it when it gets too cold. I won't even have to bring them inside because I can climate control their outside so well. Protectable from like animals that might try to get at them. I watched the whole new H-Bomber guy video while I was sick, Delancer. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Bisudu. That is so kind of you. Hey, Hash. Hey, Pillow. It's so good to see all of you in chat. Ellen Degenerate, good to see ya. Hash, thank you for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. It says, why is there no capybara emo? I know. It's a shame. This year, I'm afraid we are not doing 12 Days of Christmas. I was too, unless Hash thinks we've got time to set it up, like, and everything, and I honestly don't, I really want to focus on just getting the channel streamlined now that I'm moved into my place, and focus on getting myself established in my new house. It's just not a good time to do 12 Days of Christmas. I know. It sucks, but we're still gonna get really festive. You better believe I'm gonna decorate it up real nice in here for Christmas and everything. I know it sucks, but next year's 12 Days of Christmas is gonna be the best one ever. Not only will I be able to hire somebody to update the mod, do a modern version of Minecraft, so we don't have to play in an old one, but also, so, like, I'm gonna be settled, you know? Are we doing any more WoW Hardcore? We will be continuing WoW Hardcore, but right now we're hard pushing Season of Discovery on our new guild. For those that want to join me on World of Warcraft Classic, Season of Discovery, which is Classic Plus, basically, join the server Chaos Bolt, RP PvP. It's North America Chaos Bolt, and my username is Xanderhall on there. It's an RP PvP server, that's the one we're playing. And our guild is called the Menethil Mercenaries. It's a good name, I think. And we're an RP guild. It's gonna be dope. Damian Williams, thank you for the tier 1 sub over on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the, what's it called? Membership. Very kind of you. Did you see that Fiona and Cake got renewed? Real? Hell yeah. Let's go. Pog. Camera's blurry. Let me see if I can fix that. God, my nose is itching. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ugh. Let's see. There we go. I think that'll fix it. Autofocus. Fiona and Cake doesn't need a second season. It was perfect. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I fucking hate people that are like, good thing exists. It should have ended after season 1. I see people who say The Boys should have ended after season 1. Shut the fuck up. Just because you don't want to enjoy anything after a first season doesn't mean the rest of the world doesn't want to, okay? Nobody needs to hear your dog shit opinion. It might infect people who matter. The amount of plot lines that were not finished off in Fiona and Cake made it very obvious there would be a continuation. They set up a lot of stuff. They deliberately didn't show us a lot of Marcy and PB in our timeline because they wanted us to want more. They deliberately left up to interpretation what happened to Betty. Gold Betty, I guess. But yeah. Dude, Fiona and Cake was so good that after over a decade of me trying to get my mom into Adventure Time from when I was like 10 years old to when I was like 20, I eventually gave up when I was like 20 because I thought she was never going to get into it and I could never convince her to watch it. Fiona and Cake comes out and I managed to convince her to watch that. I tell her after episode 2 that it's Adventure Time. I tell her after she says she already likes it and wants to watch episode 3 that it's a sequel to Adventure Time. After watching all of that, then she wants to watch Adventure Time. And now she's on board to watch the entire series. It's really funny. The old bait and switch. Thank you for the $5, Hash. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I got her. We need a Shermie and Beth show? No, we don't. Any Adventure Time content that comes out from here on out needs to be, like, adult animation rated. Like, they need to swear and there needs to be blood. Now that we've gotten a taste of that, they can't just yoink it away. Maybe for some, like, nostalgic return to form in the future, like, one last show, and it's in the style of old Adventure Time where it's not, like, there's no gore and there's no, like, swearing. That would be fine. But the show's evolved. The franchise has evolved. It needs to stick to that. I've never watched Adventure Time. Should I begin Xander Hall? Abso-fucking-lutely. Thoughts on GTA 6? We're actually just about to watch the trailer, and I'm about to see it for the first time. Also, that OG mod will need to be remade. It's not something you can update. I'll have to pay someone to do it then. Yeah. Avalon of Babylon, thank you for the 3 tier 1 gifted subs to Ortho Marxy, Tartkey, and VCC TV. I really appreciate it. That helps a lot. Thank you so much. I hope they appreciate it as well. Said, and they are there, and they say there was bread on Xanmis that day. Aw, thank you. God, I really can't wait to shave. My facial hair is bothering the fuck out of me. It's like stabbing into my face. I usually don't ever like to let it get this long. Pepper221, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. It says, when does Xanmis start? I'm still sponsoring. Also, look what my cousin gave me. Unfortunately, we're not doing it this year because moving kind of took a lot out of me. Let's check this out. Holy shit! That's fucking dope! Oh, what? Huh. Hello? I don't... Properties... Not that. This monitor. Every time I move, my streaming setup gets messed up in some way. There we go. Look at that. It's Omni-Man. Thank you for the cards. Love, Ted. That's dope. That goes hard. It's a good drawing of Omni-Man. You got the face down. The face is perfect. I can see his anger. Thank you so much, Pepper-T21. I really appreciate it. Kirby's Thick Thighs, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Really appreciate that as well. Thank you for the $10 Renos. Very kind of you. Said, Purple Name Pog, I love your content. Keep up the awesome work. Aw, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Like I said, guys, your donations and your kind words, and of course, even just liking the stream or being here all mean a lot to me, especially because I just moved, and moving's expensive. So, seriously, your support is extremely helpful. And of course, if we hit $300 in the dono goal, I put on a onesie for the rest of the stream, and that's always pretty funny, huh? Anyway, it is time for my first reaction to the Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer. I have not seen it yet. Just dropped a like on it, alright? Here we go, guys. I have not seen this yet. This game takes place in my homeland. If the leaked map is to be believed, it's basically all of Florida from Tampa... Basically from Orlando down. Lake Okeechobee is in the middle. The Keys are in the southernmost part, along with the Everglades. We get a whole bunch of, like, just sort of Florida countryside. And then we have Tampa, Miami, Orlando. Those are the 3 big cities. I soyed the fuck out. Copyright music, please mute. Nah, it's okay. For a trailer... It's okay. I don't get taken down for that, guys. It's okay. Guys, it's okay. It's okay. Holy crap, Pepper T21. I'll have to read that in a minute. Hot fucking damn. All right, let's check this out. Oh, that's Miami. That's Miami, all right. That's the prison.
Do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess.
Oh. They got the water right. Yes. Yeah, oh my god. I need... Guys. Water is one of those things in games that I'm, like, hyper fixated on. I don't know why. And particularly, growing up in Florida, they got it down. You got the bull shark in the water, swimming off the coast. You got some dolphins. The water color is perfect. They even got down... Look at that. They've animated the ripples. Have you ever, like, when you're on the water, the like, light from the sun catches in the water in this way that makes these ripples that extend down from the surface. They animated the ripples under the water. They have turtles in the water too. That's 2 sharks, 2 bull sharks. Seabirds. Fuck. That looks like Clearwater Beach, but I'm pretty sure this is Miami. Yeah, this is Miami. Vice City. The Everglades, baby! Airboats! Let's fucking go! Okay, chat. Do I just, I need to get a next-gen card by the time this comes out. Do I just watch the trailer without pausing it, and then I go over it, pausing it bit by bit? I'll do that. I'll do my full unadulterated reaction, and then I'll pause it bit by bit.
Lucia, do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess.
My homeland. This has to respect my culture. Oh, it's so pretty. It looks so fucking good. It looks so fucking good.
There was a girl I knew.
It looks so good. I mean, this is Florida. This is definitely Florida. Yep. Those are Florida rappers.
The way she thought it should be.
Like wannabe rappers.
Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold.
There's so much about this. Like, the people come off as Floridian. Like, the fucking... Like... Everybody here. Like, this is a Florida, like, OnlyFans girl. 100%. I'm sorry, I have to pause it. This is a Florida club. This is what clubs look like in Florida. This is Miami at night. Just straight up. Like, this is what SoundCloud rappers in Florida look like. This is what strip clubs in Florida look like. This is what streets in Florida look like in Miami. This is a car... I think this is a car shop. Or a car show. I think this is a car show at a car shop. And they're like, this is where you would get car mods. Yeah.
She tried to make my world the way she thought it should be. Yeah, we were desperate.
That's the bridge to the Keys. This might be Bahia Honda right here. If I remember correctly, this is Bahia Honda. I have swam off this beach. I have been here. I've been on this highway so many, not so many times, but a couple times. There's a blimp there. Fuck, they got it down.
Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other to hold.
Accurate. Alligator in the pool. Yep. I'm surprised this isn't just real life footage, but yep, absolutely. Alligators have to be like a enemy like type in the game that we can encounter. Like, we have to be able to worry about alligators. They had them in RDR too, so they just could port that over, right? Florida men. We got the Florida men.
Well, look who's back. The only way
Crazy ass.
we're gonna get through this
Florida people.
is by sticking together, being a team. Trust?
Steal hookers, kill cars. Hell yeah. Hell the fuck yeah, dude. God, I'm so excited. 2025, we have to wait till. 2025, dude. That is painful. That hurts. That really hurts. Fuck. Did I count these already? Whew. The one with the hammers is your average enhancement shaman. Real. Yeah, but also that's like a crazy Florida lady if I've ever seen one. It's so fucking accurate. You know, I know within a week someone will have made the GTA 6 trailer in real life, and it's just clips of random internet videos of Florida clipped together, and it's just indistinguishable from the GTA 6 trailer. That accurately represented my culture, and I appreciate it a lot. Larry Banks 78, thank you so much for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. So kind of you. Said, already there are people complaining about the GTA 6 trailer, with one side hating it due to violent nature of it like Elon, and chuds hate that there is more POC in it as well as female protagonists. I'm gonna have to tell you, that was an accurate representation of Florida demographically. So we had the white boomers, we had like non-white, we had like Cuban people, black people, we had everybody was there. That's the demographic layout of Florida. That was just accurate. Like, you go to anywhere that was pictured in that GTA trailer, and that is the demographic mix of people roughly you will see in real life. They get mad about it not being accurate when it comes to these games, supposedly, but that is what Florida is like. If Zan streams this, I have to watch because he will already know the map well enough that he's going to show us shortcuts we wouldn't have considered. Unironically, I'm so excited to stream it. I'm going to have to set up my PS5, I guess, or if there's a PS5 Pro by then, I'll have to set up like the PS5 Pro. Because apparently it's only confirmed for console on release, and I'm playing it on release. Yeah, non-existent, non-sentient non-humans are mad at the GTA 6 trailer, don't worry. Anyway, thank you for the $5, Larry Banks. Exolar, thank you for the tier 2 sub. I really appreciate the $10-inos. It helps a lot. It says, renewing before it goes away. Glory to the purple name. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Orther's Dork, thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to Minimum Volts. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $5. Says, hey Zan, I'm glad you're back, but take care of yourself. Getting sick is no joke. COVID sucks. Take time to nurture not only your body, but also your mind. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate it. I've been playing a lot of Valheim. I'm playing just a shit ton of Valheim. It's really fun. Yeah, it's time to start wondering about GTA 7. GTA 7's got to take place in either Seattle, New York, or Chicago. They could go back to Los Santos, but I don't know. Dude, GTA 7 will be crazy. Atlanta? Georgia's a really boring setting for a GTA game, though. I always thought maybe Florida would be too boring, but, like, they made it interesting. We gotta play Valheim together? You want to play it after stream, Hashed? I've been playing it solo, trying to get people to play with. I've just been sick. Bet? Hell yeah. How will GTA 6 blow up in the right's face? It's a parody of American culture. The right will try to claim it, but it'll make fun of right-wing culture. It'll make fun of right-wing culture war shit at some point, you know? It's a modern GTA game. It'll take account of modern culture stuff and make fun of it. It'll make fun of the left and the right. That's what GTA's always done. And then Pepper T21, thank you for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Said, meant to post this link with the last dono, but this is the last for a while. Thank you.
Let me break it down for you, Mark.
Can I play this without getting, like, copyright? This might get me copyright takedown. I can't play a clip from the show. Playing a clip from a show will get me copyright takedown. Copyrighted music is okay. I'm sorry, I can't play the link. I'm sorry, Pepper T21. I'm sorry. I know it's edited, but it doesn't matter. It'll still get me taken down. I can't. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the Invincible meme. I'll watch it off stream. Pepper T21, thank you for the 5 tier 4 gifted subs. Holy crap. I assume those are 1-monthers, right? Holy crap-a-moly. I'm going to have to open up a calculator just to calculate how much that dono is worth. Should be 40 times 5. $200. God damn, 200 big ones. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so freaking much. That really is above and beyond. Thank you so much. Says, well, that sucks, but still here to spread Christmas cheer. So here's the last dono. after Christmas, until after Christmas, possibly longer. That is absolutely okay. That is more than enough, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so freaking much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Lena Lux, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you for the $5. Very based and kind of you. Says, I hope you feel better soon, man. COVID sucks. It really, really does. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much. All right, let me update the dono goal. And of course, I will be getting in the onesie, but I would like to get like one segment done first, if that's okay. I just like to get one segment done first. Let's see if we can break the cap again. Thank you all so much for your support today already. You guys have really gone above and beyond, and it really means a lot to me, especially after moving. It means a lot. I love your T1 sub color. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's my favorite color, is that light blue. That color of blue is my favorite color. Njord, thank you for the $5 donation. I really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Thank you. Says, I speak for everyone when I say we'd prefer no prize for the winner than no Xanmiss at all. It's not because of the prize or anything. It's just because it takes me streaming 12 days in a row. And that's gonna be hard to do when I'm trying to settle in my new place. I speak for everyone. Oh yeah. But thank you, I appreciate it. It says we've been working on builds for a month, and Hash has a working pack. I will literally e-beg for Xanmiss 2023. I can't do it this year, but next year's is gonna be nutty. Okay, next year's is gonna be nutty. But I can't do 12 straight days of streaming while recovering from COVID. I can't. I really can't. It's not gonna be healthy. I will end up getting sick during like the 3rd stream. Thank you for the $5, though. I really appreciate it. Will Zancation peeps be grandfathered in? Yes. Yes, you are, Gumdrop Cat. Zancation people are grandfathered into the Xanmiss 2024. Why'd I choose to get COVID then? I did not. Oh god, my nose is so stuffy. Alright. I hate having to, sniff to breathe. It sucks. Anyway, with that said, it is time to start our first segment, which is going to be an update video. You all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. You're probably wondering, what the fuck? Where are you right now? You're in a new place. Well, as promised, before the end of 2023, I found a house rental. I didn't buy a house, keyword. I have nowhere near enough money. I make nowhere near enough money to buy a house. But I have found a house that I could afford to rent, a pretty good deal. And it's in a Seattle suburb, like, you know, just outside of downtown. I'm close enough that I could drive to the Space Needle within, like, 20 minutes. And, of course, it's really nice. It's actually 2 stories, technically. There's a top floor, like a ground floor where you enter, like from the front door and from the backyard or whatever. And then when I go down the basement, it's a completely finished basement, and that's where I am right now. My new streaming room is in this finished basement. I'll go ahead and back up a bit so you guys can get a better view of it. What do you guys think? Obviously, you can't see all of it from here. It's actually quite large, but it looks pretty good. And you obviously can't see it as well as you would normally with the light on. Oh, jeez. There we go. I really like the wood paneling. The wood paneling, I think, is really nice. It's really dusty and, like, cobwebby, and it's got, like, old paint and some small wear and tear because it's a 1950s house. Like, the linoleum has some, like, chips in it and stuff. I have a lot of home improvement stuff I'm going to do to this place. I literally lived for a year with my uncle in my grandma's old house from the 1950s, and me and my uncle transformed it over the course of a summer, and it was one of the most fun summers of my entire life. I am really excited to fix up this place. It's really nice overall, really good bones, just a little bit of wear and tear that makes it less like, you wouldn't walk in and be like, whoa, it's so pretty. Like, I still need to dust a lot of stuff too, because I was sick when I moved in. Found this place for a pretty good deal, and I'm pretty happy that I was able to get it, but it was still quite expensive. The problem was, my lease ended right as I got this place, which normally wouldn't be a problem, you would just move. But the day that it was decided, like 2 days before I needed to move out and where we found the place, I just absolutely started to feel like garbage. My mom was visiting. She was helping me find a place, and she'd flown out to visit me. And ever since she flew out, I kind of felt a little iffy, but that day in particular, I was starting to feel really rough in the throat, and it was familiar. I've had COVID before, so it was familiar. I was like, Mom, I think I have COVID. And she's like, yeah, I know I have COVID. I just didn't tell you because I didn't want you to get mad at me. I was like, what? She got COVID on the plane and infected me with it. So I got COVID, and towards the end of the day, by the time like the sun was going down, because COVID symptoms get worse at night, I start to feel the fever and the chills, and I feel like garbage. I feel like I can barely move. All I want to do is huddle up under a blanket next to a space heater and just fall asleep. But I've got to move, because my lease ends in 2 days. There's no time. And my mom doesn't lift things. Like, there's really no way to put it... there's no way I can put it that makes her sound not lazy. She doesn't lift things. If she... Like, when she arrives with her suitcases, I have to carry all of her suitcases and bags. So she basically just sits up in the chair. Granted, she helped me find this place, so I appreciate that. She helped in that way. But she sits on the couch and watches TV while I carry all of my possessions and move my everything, packing it up into a car. And I have to move it downstairs and everything with a fever, chills, muscle aches, and just a pounding COVID headache. It was also 38 degrees outside Fahrenheit on the first night of the move, and I think it was like 40-something on the second night, and I finished moving on the second night. So it was really cold, but to be fair, the fever made it so that when I was inside, I was drenched in sweat and overheated, and when I was outside, I was cold and shivering, but it didn't feel as awful as when I was inside in the heat, because I had a fever and my body wanted me to break the fever. And so I ended up just taking off all of my like warm clothes and just walking out in a t-shirt and basketball shorts and moving everything in that, because the cold was actually helping to break the fever. And so I was also vomiting a lot, but I hadn't eaten anything. For like 2 days, I'd happened to not eat anything, which is really good because I was just vomiting nonstop, and all I was vomiting up was like mucus from my like nose draining down my throat and stomach acid. But if I'd eaten, I would be throwing up food, which is just really awful and unpleasant. So I was just like every 20 minutes of moving, I had to stop and run to the sink to just vomit up stomach acid. It was just green foam. That was really, really unpleasant. And I vomited maybe 20 times. It was all just over the course of one day. I only vomited on the first day. And it was just 20 times. I vomited just like greenish yellow foam. Eventually it stopped and I was able to eat. And my first meal after like 3 days of no food and a whole day of vomiting stomach acid was so nice. It was so nice to eat some chicken and yellow rice from a Mexican restaurant. I had this too. It sucked like hell. Yeah, any of you who have had that with COVID as well know exactly what I went through. Anyway, finally, on the last day, I finally finished moving in, and it's my mom's fly-out date. So I finally finished moving into my new place, and like 6 hours later, my mom leaves and flies out, and flies away. So now I'm like here alone and really sick with COVID. So I'm in this new house that's dusty and empty and unfamiliar, but really nice. I like it. And I gotta set up my computer stuff while I'm sick with COVID. I have some technical difficulties, which are really scary, especially when I'm sick. But I managed to, Xander Hall, as a medical employee, please take Paxlovid. Send me some. Anyway, I get, I get all my computer stuff set up and everything. And, I spend the next 2 or 3 days, I can't remember, because, you know, COVID kind of makes everything a bit of a jumble. I just kind of hobble at my computer and just watch, like, I watched the entire Star Wars original trilogy. That helped me get through COVID quite a bit. I was watching, like, nostalgic old shows and movies. Really, really helped. It was overall a really unpleasant experience. Oh yeah, Balth, by the way, Balthazar in chat. Me and Balthazar watched the movie The Nice Guys. Pretty good movie. I really like the twist for that. I won't spoil it. Go watch it. It's on Netflix. Oh. That was a good cough. That was a good cough. I got some stuff out of my lungs with that one. Ugh. Sorry if at any point in the stream I have to stop and cough or, like, sniffle or whatever. Not much I can do about it. I can't blow my nose, though, because, and this is another part of the story, the night before last night, I was blowing my nose hard as can be into a tissue, and holy fuck, my nose exploded with a massive nosebleed, and I haven't had one in a long time, so it was really worrying. I finally managed to stop it, but then it immediately restarted 5 minutes later, of its own accord. I had to just repeatedly stop this nosebleed, till eventually I decided to just roll up a piece of tissue paper, stick it in my nostril so it would stop the bleeding, and then leave it there, and then go to bed. And I, like, went to bed with my face, like, hanging off the pillow, facing down, so if it did start bleeding, I'd just start bleeding, like, forward and not swallowing the blood or drowning on it, in it. And thankfully I woke up without any further nosebleeds or anything. And I waited an entire day, like, until this morning, and I was in the shower to blow my nostril again, and just a snake of congealed blood came out of my nostril. I just grabbed it like this and pulled it all the way out, and it, like, I felt it snake its way all the way through all of this. And I was finally able to breathe through my right nostril again after an entire day. Sorry, not breathe, but breathe more. Thankfully did not restart the nosebleed, so I feel much better. Much better. And that's basically been my story. I moved into my new place. Oh, one little last funny thing about this that happened. On the first night, when I was watching The Nice Guys with Balthazar over Discord, I was like, you know what would be awesome? If I brought my microwave down here, and I made it so that I could, like, microwave frozen meals down here, just run up, grab one from the freezer, run down here, microwave it, and then eat it down here, and then just toss it in my trash can right there. Like, I wouldn't have to, like, get too far away from my computer while I'm in a call with friends and stuff. So I set that up. About halfway through microwaving my food, all the power in the room goes out. I'm like, what the fuck? I look out there, and the power in the other room is still on. So I know immediately I blew a switch in my breaker, in my fuse box. So I go and I check, and I can't see any labeled breaker that says basement. Like there is one that says basement, but this is a basement room. But I try it anyway. It was already set to on, so I switch it off and switch it on again. Check my room. The power won't turn back on. At this point, I'm fucking scared. At this point, I'm actually fucking scared, dude. So, I run to my phone, and I get on call with Balth over phone and explain what happened. Balth gets on Google and says, see if any of the switches on there are not set all the way to on. Even if it's just by, like, a barely noticeable bit. I was like, okay. Oh, God, my nose is itching again. Hold on. Ugh. See if any of them are, like, even a little bit not all the way to the on position. And I noticed one of them labeled garage that I didn't even look twice at before is, like, just barely set in the not on position. I try to flick it to on a few times and it resists. I'm like, oh, okay. So we switch it off and switch it back on. Balth was so fucking... Balth came in clutch with that. Balth was the hero there. And managed to get the power back on in here. A lot of old houses have ungrounded outlets, which is what mine have. Mine are. And so there is an upper power limit on how much electric stuff I can run in this room. In the future, I will have to pay an electrician to do something about that. Because I need to have a 2 PC streaming setup in here, and like lights, and I want to have a fridge and a microwave too. Nah, this is not a garage. That would be pretty cool if you could have this nice of a garage, right? But yeah, Balth really saved us there. Balth really saved us there. But really, overall, everything is set up for the future of my content. I am planning to live here for the next 5 or more years. The next house I plan to move into, I plan to buy with cash up front. Like my like forever house that I plan to live in. Yeah. I'm pretty happy. I've never felt so stable in my living situation, not since I was a kid, really. And it's nice to be in a place that I'm going to live in for a long time. And I've got the nicest backyard. It is so freaking nice. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. It's perfect for doing quail and for other types of content as well that I haven't even gotten into. I can absolutely build a forge. Yes. 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 I am going to build a smeltery for smelting metal and a fucking forge. I've done it before. I've done it before. And now I've got my own fenced backyard. Oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to be doing some blacksmithing. Wait till you guys see me doing streams where it's like, hey guys, let's forge a railroad spike knife. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. Oh, the content's going to be dope. You guys better get ready. Because come 2024, the future of my content, it's really going to be something. It's going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited, and I hope you guys are too. All right. What do you guys think of that segment? You think people that see that segment up on YouTube are going to be excited? Hell yeah. Orther's Dork, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Pepper T21. I really appreciate it, and I hope they do as well. Thank you for the $5. Said, I forgot to say it earlier, but thanks for everything you do. Aw, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thank you for the $5. Let me update the dono goal. All right, everybody. Here's what I'm going to do. Oh, also, Dizzle McFizzle, thank you for the 8-month tier 1 membership over on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Says, I'm glad you're on the mend, dude. I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. And Mike Stinsey? Mike Stins or Stinsey? I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. Over on Twitch, thank you for the Prime sub. I really appreciate that. You had to fight to get that shit out of your lungs, you know? Ugh. It's awful. I'm excited for tomorrow, which is when I'm pretty sure, based on what I remember of how COVID progressed for me last time, when the, like, stuff in my lungs starts to get really, like, loose and, thin, and it's easy to cough up. Because right now it's kind of thick, and I sometimes I feel like I'll breathe, and it sounds and feels like a cat purring. And I'll cough, and I can't quite get it out, and I have to cough, like, a few different ways till I get, like, the right frequency to cough it up. It's really, really annoying. Oh god, that was me? Yeah. Ugh. Okay. Now that segment's done, I'm gonna go get a onesie, a surprise onesie, and some carrots and dip. And I'm gonna eat the carrots and dip while I stream, because I actually haven't eaten in a hot minute, I realize. And it's a good snack for on stream. It's Dean's, like, ranch dip. I forget what it's called. I'll show it to you guys. It's really good. That with baby carrots is just an amazing, healthy snack. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, everybody. Wait, how? I grabbed the wrong dip. I'll be right back. Gotta grab the right dip. Okay. This is the Dean's French onion dip. And it goes so freaking hard when baby carrots are dipped into it, okay? You don't even know. You don't even know, guys. Look at this. This is my new stream snack. This is actually a pretty ugly looking carrot, so we're gonna set that one aside. Sometimes you get an ugly carrot, okay? This is a fine one. Take a carrot, you dip it in, right? Take your dip, you dip it in. Nice amount of it here. Looks pretty good. It's made with potato chips? I agree. Never really been a dip person? It's sour cream and onion. How can you not like sour cream and onion? It's what sour cream and onion potato chips are flavored like. Anyway. Zan, why are you in the Attack on Titan paths? Because I have the Founding Titan. And don't test me. Because I will pull an Eren Yeager. I'll rumble your ass. Just you. Not the world, just you. Fuck you. Sends the entire rumbling to just your house. Okay, everybody. It's time to do some segments.
The second most...
Okay. Ron's KFC, holy crap. Thank you for the $50 super chat. That is an extremely kind donation. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Says, caught COVID for the first time this year. It sucks. I feel you. Here's extra to get back to work. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Hold on. There we go. That really does help. Thank you. That really is nice of you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, Hashed, it's the goal for when people hit $300 in the dono goal for the day. I put on a onesie. That's their motivation. All right. Okay. You all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. All right, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at some drama that I have a little bit of a mixed feelings on, okay? And the reason for that is that I have a little bit of a strong connection to the person that it's about. Now, this isn't any real drama over anything serious or scandalous or career ruining or anything like that. It's just, it's something weird. And it's kind of sad, if I'm being honest. If you've been online and you've been progressive for any amount of time, you've definitely been called a soy boy. The term soy boy specifically refers to this archetype of a man who is progressive and non-masculine, who has a lot of very nerdy, feminine, or androgynous features, right? For example, the soy face is like a pretty good approximation of like a soy dude, right? And so being soy or being into soy or eating soy has been like a massive internet meme. And whether you like it or not, you kind of have to contend with that, right? If you're progressive, you're going to get called a soy boy. And if you unironically like soy, God help you. Which is why I chuckled to myself when I watched one of my favorite YouTubers a couple years ago do a video with this sponsorship. That's all I did. I just chuckled a little bit. I thought it was funny. I didn't do anything but chuckle. Because on my side of the internet, the context of something like this would be completely different. Watch this.
Hey, what you got there? Oh, I'm playing some Minecraft, so I wanted to grab a Soylent. Why Soylent, though? Well, my body craves some good nutrients, and I'm strapped for time, so let's go. I spend so much time in Minecraft that I don't leave my office for days. I tried to photosynthesize my energy, but I failed. I'm not a plant. Soylent is people for plants. I mean, plants for people. Silly me. Is this a dietary drink? Yeah, it's more like a health potion that tastes like cereal milk. Soylent is a vegan 400-calorie meal replacement drink with 20 grams of protein. I find original Soylent delightfully neutral, but when I crave flavors, they've got me covered there too. When you need a fast recharge, Soylent is filling, fast and easy to drink. I've been drinking Soylent long before the sponsorship, so if I've got you interested, check out the links in the description.
Yeah. As you can imagine, because Ant Venom, who I've watched for a very long time, I love Ant Venom. I've been watching him for really as long as I can remember watching YouTube. For as long as I've watched Minecraft content on YouTube, which is over a fucking decade now, a decade and a half now or some shit. For as long as I've done that, I have watched Ant Venom. He's actually really good buddies with with my favorite Minecraft YouTuber, I would say, or at least my favorite Minecraft YouTuber duo, Skitscape and Fods. So you can imagine that when I saw this sponsorship resurface and become the target of a lot of ridicule, and Ant Venom respond to it by saying that it was getting under his skin, that people were making fun of the video and making fun of him, calling him a soy boy, I knew it wasn't going to go well. And sure enough, yesterday, Boblax put out a video, Twitter versus Ant Venom. I never thought I'd see the day. Obviously, uncritical support for our boy Ant Venom. People are just clowning on him for a sponsorship that's years old at this point, and he didn't do anything wrong. This is literally just right-wingers on the internet and people who don't understand that a meme is just a meme, like, going too hard. Obviously, the sponsorship was a little cringe, but all YouTube sponsorships are. I don't think it was anything, like, particularly egregious. But let's check out the video. Let's hear Boblax's take on it.
The second most well-known thing about Minecraft YouTubers is that they are soy and cringe. So it's no surprise that Ant Venom, one of the most well-known and OG Minecraft YouTubers, ended up being both things when he unveiled his brand new product to his fans.
This is gonna be fun. Hey, what you got there? Oh, I'm playing some...
We gotta watch it again.
Minecraft, so I wanted to grab a Soylent. Why Soylent though? Well, my body craves some good nutrients and I'm strapped for time, so let's go. I spend so much time in Minecraft that I don't leave my office for days. I tried to photosynthesize my energy, but I failed. I'm not a plant. Soylent is people for plants. I mean, plants for people. Silly me. Is this a dietary drink? Yeah, it's more like a health potion that tastes like cereal milk. Soylent is a vegan 400-calorie meal replacement drink with 20 grams of protein.
400
I find
calories,
original
hot damn.
Soylent delightfully neutral, but when I crave flavors, they've got me covered there too. When you need a fast recharge, Soylent is filling, fast and easy to drink. I've been
Wait.
When you need a fast recharge, Soylent is filling, fast.
Did you see? I'm pretty sure this footage was taken by Boblax. Did he dislike the video while recording it over the sponsorship? It's an educational video about like infinite render distance in Minecraft. Not Boblax? Oh, okay. It is the meme? Oh, okay. That's a meme. That's not... Boblax didn't do that? Okay. That's what I assume Boblax did it because it was him showing the footage. I thought it was like, this is him screen capping it somehow, but I don't know why he'd do it like this, like showing all of that.
Fast and easy to drink. I've been drinking Soylent long before.
This was clipped and posted by DT on Twitter.
Okay. This person got so mad. They disliked halfway through the video, the sponsorship.
And with the tweet garnering over 1 million views, a lot of people had stuff to say about it. Like Fordlandia, who says,
crazy,
Ant Venom
dude.
the kind of guy to find snow blocks in Minecraft and start licking them because he thinks it's frozen Soylent. Ash responds by saying, never forget, and then shows a tweet
Why does Boblax follow my abusive ex? I'm pretty sure it's my abusive ex. I know. That's a joke. I know it's not her, Cherry. I know. That's the joke, because it's the same name. It's a pretty rare nickname.
Ant Venom made in response to all of this. As a quote retweet to Ash, in this tweet Ant Venom says, I'm getting pretty damn tired of all the hatred towards me for this ad. It's astounding to me just how quickly the internet has become an absolutely hostile place to exist. This issue doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but like, this stupid shit still gets this much attention? What happens when this much hatred drives a person to self-
This is really what he did wrong here. I think the only thing that Ant Venom did wrong in all of this is ever let the internet know it got under his skin. You never, ever, ever let the internet know something like this gets under your skin. If it's something that's like objectively, morally wrong to make fun of someone for, maybe then you can get away with it. Like saying that people attacking you for it is bothering you, because you might garner more sympathy than like laughter. But with something like this, the last thing you want to do is let them have blood, right? You should not be able to get blood from a stone, and that's what you need to be, a fucking stone, if you're going to be an online content creator, even in the Minecraft sphere.
and shows a tweet Ant Venom made in response to all of this. As a quote retweet to Ash, in this tweet Ant Venom says, I'm getting pretty damn tired of all the hatred towards me for this ad. It's astounding to me just how quickly the internet has become an absolutely hostile place to exist. This issue doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but like, this stupid shit still gets this much attention? What happens when this much hatred drives a person to self-harm? What then? Do you all dogpile onto some righteous idea of being better, only to get back to the same hate train literally 5 fucking seconds later? I doubt that anyone who's dogpiled onto this hate train gives even the remotest fuck about how much this has twisted my mental health since the day I posted it. So far, as I've researched, the claims on how negative soy is on the body are completely unfounded, but memes rule the world, so that doesn't matter. If you are not a hater or just don't care, this tweet doesn't apply to you. Also, I'm not considering self-harm over this. I'm over it, but I sure as fuck used to. Stryro number 1 says,
Oh boy. So, nothing you said there at all was wrong. The rest of this video is going to most likely be an insight into what every content creator is at risk of facing if they ever let any form of emotional vulnerability be shown to the internet. And we're talking about a dude who just makes educational Minecraft, like, information videos. Like, here's a cool mod that you should get, how it works. Here's something involving, like, the history of Minecraft you might like to know about. He is not a controversial creator. Never been in any type of real drama or anything. No scandals, no weird pedo shit. Really by-the-books content creator. And yet, you can still get the amount of hate that you are about to witness here just for being cringe and letting people know that people making fun of you for it bothers you.
Considering self-harm over this. I'm over it, but I sure as fuck used to. Stryro number 1 says, instead of taking the memes on the chin, he soy rages. Hyperpop Daily responds by saying, what did you find objectionable in that tweet? Ash responds, that he goes off on me like that and assume I had hateful intent. Ant Venom responds, it wasn't you, just the replies. I'm over it, lol. Then the original poster DT responds by saying, I'm sorry, Mr. Ant Venom. Dragoon responds to the tweet Ant Venom made by saying, the man wanted to off himself for being made fun of doing a dumb YouTube ad? Ant Venom responds, I feel like replying to this one, because I absolutely fucked up my wording in that original post. In 2022, I was going through a particularly rough time for a variety of reasons, and that's when I was most unstable. Seeing the onslaught of unconstructive hatred, not the memes, but the hatred that rode on the wave of those memes, just made that situation worse. I'm over it. Pokemon 33.
Yeah, Boblex? Pokemon 333? Is that his username? I think you mispronounced his username. You should pronounce his username again. Do it correctly. I love this Twitter poster so much. Okay. Literally all of this is just people trying to justify why their being mean is justified. That's it. They're just trying to justify being mean. You can't argue with people who want to bully you on the internet why it's wrong to bully you. It's like the internet version of trying to outsmart via conversation the bully who's about to beat the shit out of you and take your lunch money in the hallway. Like, you can't reason your way out of it. These people aren't reasonable. You're only giving them more ammo by letting them know that you don't want them to continue doing what they're doing. They're going to keep engaging you and trying to drag you down. Frankly, as much as I hate to say it, most internet haters that, like, harass people and make them, like, suicidal probably celebrate when the person dies or commits suicide. You've seen how many conservatives celebrated, or hell, you saw how many lefties were celebrating Eden Knight's death, right? Horrible fucking internet assholes that just hated her, took part in harassment campaigns against her, and then celebrated when she died. Because horrible people on the internet, unfortunately, generally, don't realize, once it's too late, that they were in the wrong. Typically, they double down and say, yeah, we did it. The internet loves blood. So the fact is, the answer to his question, like, what would you do if your harassment and bullying led someone to end their life or self-harm? Laugh. The answer for a lot of people online is laugh. It's sad to admit, but, like, that's what they're like.
That rode on the wave of those memes just made that situation worse. I'm over it. Pokemon 333 responds to DT's original tweet showing the clip of Ant Venom's Soylent ad by saying, I was hating on Soylent, but they had a deal at the store where you get 4 shakes for $10, and for 20 grams of protein along with them tasting good, it's not as bad as I thought. Garrett responds by saying, just eat an egg, bro. Bree says, does it have estrogen in it? Like, they say this is important. So there's this other drama with the creator of a cartoon show.
Dude. Like, what? Why are people trying to moralize drinking soy? They're unironically trying to moralize drinking soy. So, what they think is estrogen is phytoestrogen, like Ryoma in chat said, which is, for lack of a better term, plant estrogen. And it is nothing like the type of estrogen that has feminizing impacts on the human body, okay? Or I think there's actually data that shows it has masculinizing impacts, like it raises your T levels. But regardless, the amount of like data that's been like found on this is very clear. Soy doesn't actually make you more feminine. A soy health drink is probably actually going to make you more masculine, especially if you're working out and drinking it, right? Also, imagine someone saying just eat an egg in response to someone saying I'm drinking a protein shake on my way to the gym. Like, you drink a nutritional shake because you don't have the time to sit down and eat a meal, such as an egg.
Complaining about people criticizing the humor in the show, and Ant Venom responds to them by saying, Christ on a stick, they are still on about that? Yuri Lover 527 then responds, Soyboy! To which Ant Venom responds, I can't help but feel like y'all are coming from some central Discord server or some shit just to hate on me. Also, funny video absolutely shitting all over the use of soy. I'm totally reformed now. 10 out of 10 recommend. Linking a video that does an in-depth explanation of why Soylent isn't harmful for men. Tog says you're never gonna live that
It's sad that, like, as effective as someone like H-Bomber Guy's videos can be, they have to click it. They have to actually click it, right? And I don't know how many of these people will actually click it. You're never going to live down that Soylent sponsor, I fear.
Soylent sponsor down, I fear. And then Ant Venom responds by linking the same video and saying, I still don't see what there is to be ashamed of. Unrelated funny video absolutely dunking on soy. Check it out if you hate soy. Sandman responds to Ant Venom by saying, Ant, have you drank your daily Soylent yet? Ant Venom responds, where are you people coming from laughing my ass off? Also, I haven't had any in like a solid year. Sandman responds, it's a funny joke. It's nothing against you. Your response kind of fueled the fire for the harassment though. Ant Venom responds, so you admit it's harassment. Got it.
They will say, well, I mean, you made it okay for me to do this by responding to it. He needs to stop responding to these people. Like, he needs to just get the what... Like, have you ever noticed that when people want to shit talk me on Twitter and blow up my replies and blow up my notifications with hate, they get really fucking mad when I block them before they can. Or when I've already got them blocked before they even can. Because months and months and months ago, I ran an add-on that just runs a block, like a blockchain on everyone who likes certain tweets. So I'd find viral tweets that were shitting on me, or shitting on my friends for really stupid reasons, then block everybody who liked the tweet in the click of a button, cleaned up my timeline so fucking fast, made scrolling through Twitter so much more enjoyable. There's a reason why people who like doing this kind of shit try to shame those that block them and say, ha, they blocked me, I win. It's because once you blocked them, they lose. They don't get to harass you anymore. They're not able to get your attention anymore. You've blocked them. They can't reply to you. They've got to make an alt and actually do work to get back into contact with you. And it's way easier to block someone than it is for them to make a whole new account to message you again. Just ignore and block. And let them complain about you blocking them and how soy it makes you for blocking them. You'll never see it. You'll never see it. You can't change the fact these people hate you or are going to shit talk you, but you can make it so you don't see it. That's how you protect your mental health as a content creator. That's just the hard truth of it.
Base Symbiote responds to Ant Venom by saying, woo-wee, woo-wee, everyone get their soy ready! Soy Venom is here! Fade responds, huh? People hate Ant Venom now? Ant Venom responds, apparently, at this point, the majority of people who replied to me do so with just as much—
I think a lot of these people don't even know who Ant Venom is. The sad thing is, Ant Venom's like an OG Minecraft YouTuber. Most of these people, like, come on. You think Base Symbiote is older than 14 years old? Maybe 15? Base Symbiote is a teenager. Base Symbiote wasn't verbal or even alive when Ant Venom was, like, huge on YouTube, okay? They don't know who Ant Venom is. He's just some whoever Minecraft YouTuber, not to them, at least, not the literal legend that most of YouTube knows him as.
much hatred as they can muster, all over a fucking bean. That's probably in half the shit they eat anyways, laughing my ass off. Punished Strawbee response to Ant Venom.
I love how Australians call other people legends as like a compliment. Like, oh, you fucking legend, mate! You know? I love that. I wish we did that here in America.
By saying, holy shit, it's the guy shilling Soylent to his child audience. He then laughs and shows that
what? Shilling Soylent to his child audience. For one, Ant Venom blew up over a decade ago, so his audience that the majority of his subs have grown up into college and having kids age watching him. I don't think a lot of kids watch Ant Venom. Like, what? Soylent to his child? How would it be bad for kids to get soy? What?
That Ant Venom blocked him, and Moxie
Yeah, look, there you go. Hey, look, see? Look, they get really upset after they get blocked, but you've won once you blocked them. You can't see this. Once you block them, you can't see this. You don't have to see this shit anymore once you block them. They'll, like, gloat about it or be like, haha, I won, or, oh, they lose for blocking me because they want to make it... They want to make you scared to block people who are, like, shitting on you online because that looks like you're conceding some kind of argument. But there is no argument. There's no winning against the Twitter shit talker. The winning is immediately blocking them without ever engaging with them once. And the most they can ever say is, oh, they blocked me. Then you win.
Shows that Ant Venom blocked him, and Moxie responds by saying, okay, what's the backstory here? Is Ant Venom a lol cow now? Punished Strawbee responds, he promoted Soylent to children, and made
As you can see, this Punished Straw person has a Nazi anime girl. I don't know if you can tell, but that's like the German, like it's like a feminized anime girl version of the German Fourth Reich commander officer's uniform, the hat and stuff. Yeah.
Huge thread whining about how unfair it is that people make fun of him for promoting it in a really cringy manner. He deleted the thread since, but the vid is still up, AFKAIK. Ant Venom responds, and it will stay up. Also, over 90% of my audience is 18 plus.
I believe that, considering I got into his content when I was 11, and it's been over a decade. So, and that's the case for most of his fans. Most of his fans are like, man, I grew up watching you, dude. So yeah, he's evolved his content to his audience that has literally grown up a decade with it.
Also, soy having feminizing qualities has been proven demonstrably false. See H-Bomber Guy's video, which is the video that he'd been linking in the previous tweets. He continues by saying, also, I haven't drank it in like a year. Also, the period of time when I drank it the most is also when I was the most productive, 2016 to 2017. Explain that. Keep getting mad over literal nothing. Bathe in outrage. If you don't like the product, don't buy it. Nefarious responds, gay. Punished Strawbee responds by saying, 90% of my audience is...
Like, you can literally tell this is just like a bunch of right-wingers that have decided to harass a YouTuber who doesn't even do political content because they've smelled blood in the water.
18 plus. You were trying to honestly tell me that you fully believe those are truthful? That no child would ever say, haha, yes, I am 18, totally. Like they've been...
Like they're actually arguing again. They're trying to argue that Ant Venom has an audience too young for him to do Soylent sponsorships. Like this is a beyond deranged hate brigade. He needs to just run blockchains on everybody liking these tweets.
Been doing since the dawn of the internet? I haven't drank Soylent in a year. Good, keep it up. Yeah, because your testosterone fell extremely, meaning you spent more time inside than outside due to this lack of testosterone. Don't like it? Don't buy.
They're literally writing a thread about how Soylent destroys your testosterone. There will not be any evidence to support this. They just unironically believe it. Like, it's not a meme. They unironically believe it and are writing a thread in the replies about it.
Buy it. I'm not against buying the product. I'm against advertising things that mess your nutrient intake to children who would suffer the most under it. Soy does have
things that will mess up your nutrient intake to children. Jesus Christ. It's wrong on so many levels. This is the thing, though. They've made up a faux outrage to justify their harassment. This is actually cancel culture is what you're seeing right now.
have feminizing things related to it. It's easy to see that anyone that drinks it looks like a soy jack. Sure, correlation doesn't equal causation, but if it's such a massive phenomenon, it's extremely unlikely that it doesn't play a major part in it. You can even observe that in your own voice. It's not low, not defined. It's very soft and high.
That is not something that is affected by your food. That's a genetic thing. I mean, you can train your voice to get lower or higher, or more feminine or more masculine, but it is the way that it is. You can't change your voice. His voice is the same as it's always been. Like, why is Boblax even platforming this person?
In part caused by genetics and other factors, but it's also heavily connected to consuming soy. Though, to give you some leeway, just because almost everyone who drinks that stuff is a soy boy, it could be connected to the unhealthy lifestyle that they all partake in. Okay, I just thought this was a meme. I didn't really think that there was an extreme campaign.
They literally... Boblax, I know you're like really centrist or whatever, but their profile picture is an anime girl in a Fourth Reich officer's uniform, okay? And their name on Twitter is Punished Extremism. All right, this is a neo-Nazi.
Against soy, but Punished Straub proved me wrong. Anyways, Florlanda responds to Ant Venom.
And their name is Punished, so they've been banned, possibly under Elon's Twitter. How much of a Nazi do you have to be to get banned from Elon's Twitter?
Talking about the percentage of his audience and the amount of soy he intakes and all that, by quoting him saying, also, soy having feminizing qualities has been proven demonstrably false. See H Bomber Guy's video. No thanks, I'd rather keep my brain cells. Showing that there was a video made by H Bomber Guy that is over 3 hours long, explaining why Deus Ex Human Revolution is fine, and here's why. I don't know anything about—
Like I said, a lot of people will never click on an H Bomber Guy video in a million years. I'm sorry. Video essays do not appeal to a lot of people. But this guy's a retard.
That game, but there you go, that's the tweet. So, when I saw all of this go down on Twitter, I decided to look a little further into it by going to Ant Venom's channel with the Soylent ad. And it actually turns out that this drama is over a year old, and it's just being brought up on Twitter again, I guess, as a meme.
Yeah, it's
and
nothing.
Ant Venom is
like people just want a reason to harass someone because they're bored.
Engaging in it again, even though the drama is over and done with. So when I went to check the video where the ad was, I noticed that in the description there's an extra video that was unlisted that Ant Venom made alongside the release of his video with the Soylent ad, where he goes in depth on why he likes Soylent so much and why he chose them to be a sponsor for his video. I assume in anticipation for the backlash he was gonna receive.
Zan, I checked the PFP and it has an iron cross. I mean, of course, it's a Nazi's thread. Yeah, like, dude. Yeah? 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 Huh? Check their post history, and it's just Nazi shit? Yeah. Boblax follows a startling number of Nazis. To be fair, they do post some deranged shit, so it could be fun.
Or because he really just likes Soylent that much, at least at the time. He hasn't drunk it in a year, remember? So here is part of that video.
Hey guys, Ant Venom here. What I want to do with this video is to really just convince y'all that I'm for real about Soylent. I approached Soylent for the sponsorship that y'all just watched, and I did—
By the way, how much you want to bet this energy will never be brought out for another YouTuber who's done a Soylent sponsorship?
Why don't you want any of
How much you want to bet this energy will never come out against Destiny?
this?
Because I probably can't eat it.
Oh, you're just assuming that?
Is there? Yeah.
It might be a really good vegan burrito.
I don't think it is. When's the last time you ate anything that was like fully vegan? If ever in your
I
whole
am
life?
a avid consumer of a product called Soylent. There's a whole thing in that box, and I drink one per day.
What is it?
Soylent. Okay.
Soylent?
It's a meal replacement drink that is all pure plant-based. Okay.
Oh, soy milk?
I don't know what it's called Soylent. I imagine there's some
okay.
soy in it or something. Yeah.
Soyboy.
I'm gonna beat the.
I literally drank half a glass of soy milk once on stream for my 10K sub special, had to end stream early, and proceeded to shit my brains out, dog. Like, I am never drinking that shit again. I must be allergic to it or something. my body did not like it. It did not like it at all.
Shit, you know I could kill you with my bare hands right now, right? I could. Can you acknowledge that?
I'm just kidding.
I could tear your head
You
off.
probably could.
I absolutely
mean, I'm
could.
super weak right now.
Good. You're well,
Yeah.
just by
Like-
virtue of being a woman.
Yeah,
you're
I know.
weak,
By
okay?
virtue of being
Yeah.
a woman, but
Thank
like
you for acknowledging that.
even more.
Would it be weird if I just started bringing like random women I'm fucking on stream? Like, would that be weird? Cause like Destiny does this and no one bats an eye. Like he just brings a woman he's obviously has over to fuck on stream. And just like streams with her. Have I tried oat milk? Yeah, once or twice. It's okay. It's pretty cringe. I don't know. I mean, hey, it helps him beat the Soyboy allegations, right?
Did that because I believe in Soylent as a product. I believe in the sort of mission of Soylent. After I drink a bit of this, I'm going to tell y'all about my relationship with Soylent, but just know where my heart lies when it comes to Soylent. I do personally endorse this product enough to where I'm just, you know, again, you heard it before here, you know, this thing's nearly full. Let me go ahead and let me drink all of it in this ad, in this unlisted. Y'all came to this unlisted video, so I'm going to do this.
It's chocolate flavored. It probably tastes good. I will never drink this shit because of I'm afraid of happening.
You see that?
to my
Right. Okay.
intestines.
There's no real mustache going on there, but it's empty.
He pounded that bitch though. Unironically though, he pounded that motherfucker.
Know where my heart lies when it comes to Soylent. I do personally endorse this product enough to where I'm just, you know, again, you heard it before here, you know. This thing's nearly full. Let me go ahead and let me drink all of it in this ad, in this unlisted. Y'all came to this unlisted video, so I'm gonna do this.
You called it an ad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds, not bad. 6 seconds is not bad at all.
See that? Right. Okay. There's no real mustache going on there, but it's empty. It's awesome. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about Soylent these days. I started drinking Soylent in 2015, 2016 or so when some creator friends of mine, I can't remember the exact circumstances, but it was brought up to me and it was a product that I checked out. And from the very beginning, I loved Soylent. At one point, I even had my fridge like entirely full of Soylent. Now, that was when I was drinking Soylent for nearly every single meal for a little while, which is not something that I recommend you do. It is something that I did used to eat daily for at least a good week or two. And I mean, you know, no complaints from me, but it's not something that I personally recommend. But anyways, so I started drinking Soylent in 2015, 2016 or so. And I've been drinking it ever since.
So that is Ant Venom's opinion on Soylent, and it seems like despite him not drinking it in over a year, he still stands by that Soylent is amazing. So just a little funny drama to talk about. None of this is really serious. I don't think it's
Like, dude, this is just Nazis harassing a Minecraft YouTuber because of a year-old ad. And they're like, that thread tried to justify it because they're like, he has supposedly an audience of kids. By the way, a 90% ratio of people over 18 for your channel is fucking crazy, dude. For a Minecraft channel. Obviously people do lie, but Ant Venom's an old school Minecraft channel. Like, you can look at his Social Blade and see that most of his sub growth happened in like 2013 and 2014, right? So if I look at my analytics, so most of his subs would actually be quite a bit older. Even if they lied and said they were like 18 when they were 13, now when it says that they're like 30, they're actually in their 20s. So here, let me go to audience and age. Here we go. 1.9% of my audience is 13 to 17. 37% is 18 to 24 years old. 39%, the biggest margin of my audience, is 25 to 34 years old. This is the MILF demographic. Also included in the MILF demographic are 35 to 44 years old, which is 13% of my audience. I have more 35 to 44-year-olds than 13 to 17-year-olds in my audience. Now, granted, the 13 to 17-year-old stat will always be a little bit skewed by the fact that people want to lie about their age on YouTube to say that they're at least 18 to unlock certain content, but a lot of kids actually do have their parents set up their YouTube accounts. So, there's a pretty decent, honest representation of the age demographics on there, especially in the older margins where people don't really have a reason to lie about being into their 30s or 40s. You really only need to lie and say you're 18, which is what most people do. Anyway. I really don't have much else to say about it. Ant Venom, stay strong. Just block those dumb motherfuckers and enjoy making your Minecraft videos, because they're good. Make some more. And ignore all the dumb motherfuckers. Don't even make a video about it. Nice. What do you guys think of that segment? I know it was a little bit of a meme segment, but I think it came out pretty good. Nice, nice. Glad to see you guys liked it. Hell yeah. Canned Soy Milk, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $5. Really means a lot, and it goes a long way. Thank you. Says, I hope you get better. I like it, but it's true that soy milk is not for everyone. Yeah, it's not for me, that's for sure. Somniostatic, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you, thank you. Said, I think Twitter is just 4chan now and shouldn't even be classified as social media. You could make that argument for sure. I think you could make that argument. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. You update the dono goal really fast. Damn, we're less than $50 away from breaking the second dono cap for the day. Remember, guys, for those of you guys that don't know, I just moved, and so finances are a little tight right now. Any donos, subs, gifted subs, anything like that you can send my way are all very much appreciated. More now than ever. But if you can't afford to or you don't want to, it's completely fine. Simply liking the stream by hitting the thumbs up button or just being here and talking in chat or just lurking helps a lot too. I really do appreciate it. That dude was really getting harassed for a Soylent ad? Yep. I hit 5K subs yesterday? Hell yeah, Pillow. Congratulations. Let's go. I told you you'd hit 5K before the end of the year. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I got a short onesie. It's even got a fin. See? Here's the fin. Yeah, I take off all my clothes and I just helicopter my cock on stream if we hit $500. It's true. We'll never hit that donut goal though, so you guys will never see it. Clip. One sec. All right, everyone. You all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. Everybody, you love to see it. The Daily Wire is possibly one of the most evil organizations that exists on the internet. They're this conservative, dark money funded think tank of different content creators that all had a failed career in something else, usually in some other form of entertainment, right? Whether it be writing, acting, directing, go down the line, all of them are just failed at existing in the sphere of entertainment and resorted to creating right-wing grift content as a way of making money to try to break back into that industry as outsiders. They're basically in the process of doing that last step now with creating their own streaming service, their own kids shows that are ripoffs of other real kids shows like Bluey, their adaptation of the Snow White movie meant to piggyback off of Disney's new movie that's going to star Brett Cooper, who's this lady who is literally in an office at the Daily Wire's headquarters that is made to look like a bedroom she lives in, so it looks like she's some lady who streams from her bedroom and is just talking about her political views. They don't know she's got a multi-million-dollar contract and works from an office. Regardless, though, these people are demonic and awful and horrible. That goes without saying. I've given my opinion on them many times before. But they tend not to disagree. These demons tend to get together in like their big podcast group where they smoke cigars and talk about how they want to oppress minorities and how funny it is, and make their jokes where the punchline is just always like racism or homophobia. And they don't ever really fight. They don't ever disagree because they always agree on one thing: money. They all want to make money, and no matter what, when money's on the line, they will always fall into that line. However, sometimes deeply held beliefs can bubble up to the surface, and they can get between you and money. And that's what's happened here. You see, Candace Owens is a Nazi. Like, just a full-on Nazi. She's one of the most well-documented grifters ever, but her politics have basically evolved to that of Nazi, or I should say devolved. She's gone on rants about how Hitler would have been justified if he just did what he did inside of Germany. She's actually a neo-Nazi. And because of this, she is not pro-Israel, because she doesn't like Jewish people. She doesn't want there to be a Jewish state, right? Even if it's an ethno-state, she doesn't want it to be a Jewish ethno-state. Ben Shapiro, possibly the highest up media figure at all of the Daily Wire, is possibly the most Zionist person ever. I don't know if it gets more Zionist than Ben Shapiro. Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro are both in the Daily Wire, and as you can imagine, this causes a little bit of problems, a little bit of issues, okay? Recently, an account called Republicans Against Trump tweeted this out. Ben Shapiro criticizes Candace Owens, who works at his company, over her anti-Israel views. Where was he when she praised Hitler, or when she defended Kanye West's anti-Semitism? Well, Ben Shapiro doesn't give a fuck about anti-Semitism, he gives a fuck about anti-Zionism. They're not the same thing.
Yes, the question was about Candace Owens. I think her behavior during this has been disgraceful. Without a doubt, I think it's I can't, what was that? Yeah, I mean, she still works for my company. I think she's been absolutely disgraceful. I think that her faux sophistication on these particular issues has been ridiculous. It's not faux sophistication, it's ridiculous. Everybody can see the moves that she's making and the things that she's saying, and I find them disreputable.
So, as you can tell, he's quite mad, and he literally roasts her on top of a table in front of a bunch of people at a Republican convention of some kind. Does anyone have more video that goes deeper into this? I tried to find more video that went into this, but I couldn't find it at the time. If anybody has any links, now's the time to drop them in chat. We're going to sit and wait for links. It's okay, Cherry can edit out the silence, but there's nothing to do or say until we got a link. What are we looking for? Were you not paying attention? More videos of the drama between Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro, like a video of Candace Owens talking about it or a video of Ben Shapiro talking about it. Either of them talking about this. Tweets work, though I'd prefer verbal. Man, you guys don't really pay close attention to the stream, huh? Ah, here we go. All right, okay. Okay, who linked this? Somniostatic. You're the MVP of this stream. You're the MVP here. MVP move there, Somniostatic. Thank you. All right, Cherry, you can cut out all that silence while we were looking for links now. And we're back. Okay, we got another clip here. This is Candace Owens responding to Ben on Tucker Carlson's Twitter show. Look at this.
In 1616, the Roman Inquisition hauled in...
We're off to an awful start. I'm already cringing.
Galileo, the Italian astronomer, and commanded him to stop saying that the Earth revolves around the sun. Shut up, they said. Everyone knows that's wrong, and you're a bad person for saying otherwise. That's a well-known story, of course, and we laugh about it now, 400 years later, because the authorities were completely wrong. Galileo is a hero.
Is Tucker Carlson suddenly anti-Israel? All right. So, when you hear lefties talk about why the U.S. should draw back support for Israel, you hear arguments mostly centered around not wanting to support Israel's genocide or Israel's mass killing of civilians. When you hear these people talk about it, you're going to hear them talk about how America doesn't need to be spending money on a country that isn't us. The opposition here is no doubt going to be on foreign spending and a very slight, hint at anti-Semitism.
Hero, they are fools. And we explain this by pointing out that they were religious nuts. They were superstitious. Nothing like that could ever happen now. But it turns out the one constant in human history is human nature. Not only does it happen now, it happens more than ever. Watch Candace Owens get widely attacked, not by one person, but by everyone, for being right.
People like Candace Owens and others have been flagrant at putting out disinformation into the public sphere.
The top performing post of the week was this post by Candace Owens, a far right-wing commentator and a favorite on Fox, denigrating George Floyd. It just shows how this website is a radicalization engine.
You do have this sort of parade of MAGA world that are parroting Russian talking points.
Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Tulsi Gabbard, I think somewhere along the line, they don't believe this, but they think that it's in their interest to say these things. These people are almost collaborators.
That Candace Owens video was the top video on Facebook this past week, and she's, saying all sorts.
Remember, guys, moralizing conservatives doesn't work. They'll just take clips of you moralizing them and say, wow, look how triggered they are, and laugh. It fuels their motivation.
To things about George Floyd and denying any systemic racism problems. And so there's a deeper fundamental issue with what the Facebook algorithm and all social media algorithms, what kind of content they reward.
Others doubled down on vaccine disinformation. Folks like right-wing commentator Candace Owens, who told Fox...
You are not going to defend anti-vax shit while I am actively recovering from COVID. I genuinely hope for the deepest... I want hell to be real so fucking bad. I want hell to be real so bad so I can go there when I die, and I can become a demon, and I can torture all these anti-vaxxers for eternity. That'll be my heaven, is asking God if I can go down to hell and become a demon and torture the anti-vaxxers in the deepest fucking pits. God, I hope hell is real.
Followers that she wouldn't take the vaccine, even on her deathbed.
Notice why they were attacking Candace Owens. What did she say? She said, well, actually, George Floyd was not murdered by a racist cop, much less by a systemically racist society. She said, actually, the vaccine doesn't work very well and it may be dangerous. She went on to say, no, Ukraine is not going to win the war against Russia. And for saying these things, every one of which is proven true, she was attacked as an immoral person, a racist, and a traitor.
Wait, what did he just say?
Well, and it may be dangerous. She went on to say, no, Ukraine is not going to win the war against Russia. And for saying these things...
When did anybody give her shit for saying Ukraine won't win the war against Russia? What? The war's not over yet. Also, Ukraine's holding well. What? How's this been proven true?
Every one of which is proven true. She was attacked as an immoral person, a racist, and a traitor to her country. What's interesting, however, is that no one leveling those taxes ever apologized to her. And so maybe like...
No one should apologize to Candace Owens. She's one of the most well-documented grifters out there. There's literally an entire live updated thread that goes into like all the detail of different times that she's like grifted. From when she was like grifting on the left to when she moved over to the right in the span of a month to follow the money.
Galileo, she's going to have to wait for her descendants to get the praise for her truth-telling. And we thought that seems unfair. So we decided to invite Candace Owens into the studio.
For those who don't know, when Candace Owens was a left-wing grifter, she was the one behind that group, that was that website that was going to be behind doxing internet harassers. I forgot what it was called. It had a really cringy, like, SJW-y name. The anti-SJWs destroyed her for this. But she was making a website that was centered around doxing internet harassers. Yeah, like woke Kiwi farms, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, that was Candace Owens' grift before the conservative grift. She's always been a shameless piece of shit grifter.
And congratulate her face to face. Candace Owens, thank you for joining us.
It was called like social
By the way,
autopsy
you're about
or
to have
something.
another descendant.
Actually, yeah, 40 weeks,
Oh,
but
she's
I was
pregnant.
not missing this. I was so excited.
so
I'm
nice.
honored to be here.
Well, so it's a little weird to see yourself. Look, we all get things wrong. I certainly have gotten a lot of things wrong. I think it's fair to be attacked for getting it wrong. But if you get it right, and it's proven that you got it right, and in 3 instances it has been proven that you did on the biggest issues of the day, shouldn't the people who attacked you apologize?
One of my favorite things about conservatives is that they just, like, say they were right about culture war issues. They did it with the soy thing. We talked about this earlier, right? Didn't you notice all the conservatives that were harassing Ant Venom? How they were talking about the soy feminizing people thing and soy being unhealthy thing? Like, it was proven science instead of it being long disproven science, which it is. They just pretend like reality agrees with them and insist that they are maligned for people not apologizing to them for how they were proven right, when they were absolutely unequivocally proven wrong. They are delusional, and they are really mad you don't share their delusion.
Apologize? And shouldn't someone at least point out, hey, Candace Owens was right about that?
No, I think what tends to happen is they have too much ego and they're too proud, and they want to sort of move on and pretend that they weren't as radical as they were in their stances, and calling you a grandma killer, you know, if you wanted to go out the door and get groceries, or if you wanted to maybe see your grandma, because grandma shouldn't be dying alone even if she is dying. So it takes a tremendous...
She was one of the people saying you should go see your elderly loved ones if you have COVID. Yeah, that's what she's defending right now. What they're claiming right now is COVID has been beaten, that's been proven not deadly or a problem. By the way, I only, right around the time I got reinfected, was finally getting over the symptoms of long COVID. If you want to get a look at what long COVID does to people, I've been wanting to do a segment that goes more in depth on this for a while, but we can do it now. This video is from the Physics Girl YouTube channel, really big science channel. She got COVID and recovered, but it gave her long COVID. And she got pretty much the worst version of long COVID you can get. This is what Candace Owens is claiming victory and being right about not existing, by the way.
It's not Diana, obviously. My name is Simone. Diana is one of my best friends, and people often get the two of us mixed up, so maybe that's something. As you might know, last year Diana got COVID, and over the last couple of months, she's slowly gotten worse to the point.
This video's a year old, by the way. Her most recent health update is that she's improved enough to sit up for like 2 minutes on Halloween.
Point where her condition has become potentially life-threatening.
How are you feeling? Hold on, one second. Hey, I'm Diana, and you're watching Physics Girl. What do I do with my hands? My head is not. Make a clip.
Everything's fine until you feel that scratch in your throat.
My wife needs to go to the emergency room.
She has ME/CFS, which is a post-COVID fatigue disorder that can range from like you stand up while you're at work and then you like fall back down to your chair and pass out for a second, or like you're in her condition and you literally need to be like fed through a straw because your jaw muscles don't work. You don't have the energy to chew. That's where she is. She has to go to the hospital like weekly.
Diana's health has spiraled down to the point where she can barely move. Like she can't feed herself, and in the past week she has been to the ER twice. Diana has long COVID, and that has triggered something called ME/CFS. It's a chronic fatigue syndrome that is extremely debilitating, and Kyle, her husband, has become her full-time caretaker. Her mom visits and helps as much as she can, but her condition keeps her limited from seeing any other friends or family right now because it's too exhausting for her. So
hundreds of thousands of people around the world are suffering from this, as well as other less severe versions of long COVID. And people like Biden, who are claiming we've beat COVID, it's over, we've won. And people like Candace Owens, who say it's not a big deal, go see grandma while you're sick with COVID, go to school, go to work, get other people infected, are the reason that countless more people are going to have to deal with that. Because here's the thing about COVID, it's not going anywhere. Some percentage of people who get COVID end up like her, and COVID's not going anywhere. You have to understand, this is just a thing that exists now. So if in this amount of time, a certain amount of people have been put into this position, imagine what it's going to be like in 10 years of COVID being how it is now. If there's not a substantial crackdown and forcing into lockdowns until we can eradicate it, like countries like New Zealand did, as an entire planet, if we don't eradicate it, then countless more people will suffer like she is. Which is why it fills me with rage to see Candace Owens, who is a multi-millionaire, smugly talk about how she deserves an apology for saying that the vaccine is bad, you shouldn't get vaccinated, and COVID's not a big deal, you should go out and infect other people.
Tremendous amount of humility to admit that you were wrong.
Demons. These people are demons. Lesser than demons.
And just that they had more nuance than they did.
They're demon shit.
Today, which is fine with me. I'm totally
I mean,
fine
it's one thing not to admit you're wrong. I understand it's difficult to do that. I have to force myself. But to attack other people for being right and then apologize for it does seem immoral.
It is immoral, and when we're living in an environment where there is a lot of media immorality, you know, people would rather you parrot certain talking points rather than have a meaningful discussion and a meaningful dialogue, and they don't accept.
Guys, the thing is, MECFS won't happen to the anti-vaxxers. The anti-vaxxers are the people, mostly, who get COVID and it doesn't affect them as bad. Sometimes some people have anomalous natural resistances to COVID, to the extent that they don't get it as bad. They just, it's not really a big deal for them. But they're massive carriers. Those people will be huge anti-vaxxers, very anti any form of restrictions on spreading COVID, and they will asymptomatically spread it around to countless other people as they wear their MAGA hat, and they will never face the consequences of what they're spreading.
Accept it. And at the moment that they start to censor speech and they start talking.
And you better believe they'll laugh at people who have the worst symptoms and say, look at me, I got it, and I'm out at the beach getting other people sick. What do you mean, you fucking pussies? Those are the people that are anti-vaxxers. The ones who are not getting sick, who are not dealing with any negative effects. There is no karma here. Yeah, nothing but rage. Nothing but rage. What do you guys think of that segment? Awful subject matter, but I feel like it came out pretty good. Welcome, Axel03. If only you'd said that sooner, Avalon of Babylon, but I appreciate it. T. Locelot, thank you for the tier 2 sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the $10. Very based and pog of you. Very kind. Didn't say anything, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me update the dono goal. I do have some good news, though, in regards to my COVID stuff. I was finally feeling normal again, right around the time I got reinfected with long COVID, or not with long COVID, with COVID. I was finally feeling normal again from my long COVID after like almost a year, and then I got reinfected. Though funnily enough, I have felt none of those long COVID symptoms. Like, I feel better than I did before I got reinfected in regards to those long COVID symptoms. Like the muscle aching and the back pain that I was feeling, gone. The stomach pain that I'd been getting after I'd like literally drink any amount of water. I don't know why it would happen, but I'd drink water and then my stomach would hurt and I'd have to burp. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's gone away since I got reinfected with COVID. I feel like maybe getting reinfected forced my immune system back into overdrive, and that kind of finished off the long COVID. I don't know. Long COVID is quite the roll of the dice, yeah. All I can say is I'm not complaining. Jesus, Hashed, yeah, get vaccinated. Someone already did it? Oh, hell yeah, let's see this. GTA 5 trailer alongside real Florida footage. Yep. Oh, I knew it was inspired by a real thing. Look.
Well, look who's back. The only way.
Wait, I knew it!
Is by sticking together, being a team.
I told you this is accurate.
Well, look.
Dude, they respected my culture. GTA 6 is respecting my culture, dude. Let's go, dude. This is the most real screenshot of the entire trailer. This shit's so real. God. Yeah, GTA 6 is a documentary. But will meth gators be an enemy class? There's gotta be there's gonna be a meth gator mission. 100%. There's gonna be a mission where you have to fight a gator that's eaten a guy who did a ton of meth. And now the gator's on meth. Everyone's Trevor in Florida, dude. It's great. Every character you meet's gonna be basically a Trevor tier character, right? God, it's gonna be good. All right. Okay. Y'all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. Okay, everybody. The talk of the town right now is H-Bomber Guy's new video. And while we're not going to do a full reaction to it or anything like that, I'm no Hassan Piker after all, I do want to watch a short segment of it and talk about why I think that portion, what he says in it, and the overall intention he had with this video and what he did in it was so fucking important for the online left. So fucking important. He did something that video essayists of his size have rarely done in this video, and it really, really is going to have a substantial impact on this portion of the left that we're in. Let's take a look. This video is about a gay left-wing content creator who makes LGBT-related video essays, very stereotypical, like, soft boy, ooh-woo, gay video essay dude. I forget what his name is, because he's that forgettable. Who's actually a massive plagiarist. Massive piece of shit plagiarist, and is James Somerton, thank you. Ripping off other queer creators and stealing their word-for-word, like, writings in order to use as false scripts for his videos. But specifically, the part of the video that I want to watch is when H-Bomber Guy talks about the impact of what he is doing and why he's calling it out. I believe this portion of the video is the bit I'm looking for.
Nick Hergott, also known as NT Hergott, is a writer, mostly for James's videos, but he does have a self-published young adult novel, so there we go.
Right,
he's a better writer than James as
Wrong portion. I think it's this bit.
YouTuber. Remember Unrequited, the video that ripped off the celluloid closet and plagiarized Peter Howell? Before any of the celluloid closet stuff had even been discovered, James had already been caught ripping off someone else with the same video. How? How are there still more? A later section covered examples of queerbaiting in various TV shows, including BBC's Merlin, the recent Teen Wolf TV series, and Sherlock, whatever that is. But people began to notice these sections were suspiciously similar to one another YouTuber had already made. Alexander Avila, whose channel used to be called Are They Gay, has a series of videos exploring the queer implications between characters in various shows, and he's covered Merlin, Teen Wolf, and Sherlock. The part of Summerton's video covering—
I think they follow me on Twitter. Hold on. I swear to God, I remember getting followed by that YouTuber on Twitter and being like, huh, nice. Yep. Let's fucking go. Thought so.
Merlin feels like he watched Avila's video and very slightly rephrased it. But what made it really obvious was the footage he used. They weren't just similar, they were exactly the same. Avila had this one part where he fades between several different scenes.
Something that you guys don't even think about when it comes to media review channels is, hey, it's actually kind of hard to take footage of a movie and splice scenes together specifically timed to play what is happening when you're talking about it. Like, it's not impossible, but that's actually a fair amount of editing work. And that's something that lazy YouTubers will totally try to work their way out of by stealing.
Across different episodes to show the evolving character dynamics. This is Avila using editing and his knowledge of the show to make a point. That same sequence appears exactly in Summerton's video. Avila's video puts text over the footage to explain the character's thoughts and justify his interpretation of the show. This text is still in there in Summerton's version. This is sloppy even by James' standards. He even keeps in a joke Avila made.
If I wasn't a prince, what? I think we'd probably get on.
In case it wasn't obvious, Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On wasn't in the original show. Avila put that in there for a joke. And you're not gonna believe this.
Probably get on.
Summerton stole Alexander Avila's video essay and reused it, and just recorded his own very similar version of the voiceover and jokes.
It really is like a romantic comedy.
Oh, come on, you've seen a romantic comedy, you know how this works.
This is the worst and laziest example of plagiarism I've ever seen. Reusing other people's work like this is not right, especially when, you know, you make a living making these videos. He only said things about the
So, really good video by H-Bomber Guy. I love it, and it does a great job breaking down the plagiarism. I will say, the whole, like, big takedown of YouTube plagiarism thing does kind of ring a little hollow when H-Bomber Guy is as friendly with Hassan as he is. And Hassan's like not even a serial content thief. He's like a content dictator. I don't even know, right? Like, Hassan steals content in a way that is almost impressive. Like, it's actually beyond shameless. So that does kind of, you know, sour the point a little bit, in my opinion. However, I still think the video is very good. The point that I'm trying to make, though, has nothing to do with plagiarism. You see, I wish I could find the timestamp, but H-Bomber Guy at one point in this video goes on to say something along the lines of his audience. He tells his audience he is the only one doing what he is doing. He is the only queer creator doing content on media, making like queer media analysis. He's the only one they can trust. They have to support him because he is all there is. He uses his identity to woke scold his audience and manipulate them into financially supporting him. This little Soyboy here is a woke scold. And in a lot of words, that is basically the point that H-Bomber Guy makes about him as his grand thesis. That this guy is a plagiarizing piece of shit using his gay identity to manipulate an audience of young, impressionable LGBT kids into thinking he is the only person there is making content like this, and that they need to financially support him, or there will be no space on the platform for a creator like him. Oh, of course, he also goes on really weird, bizarre rants about women, straight women. He really hates straight women, yeah. Did you see the folding ideas thread? I don't know what you're referring to there, Ellen Degenerate. Does anyone know the timestamp of when he talks about, or when H-Bomber Guy responds to this guy saying that he's the only one doing what he's doing? I can't find it. Maybe it's in the cost section. I'm going to assume it's the cost section. Let's see.
A lot of people have been burned by James, not just in terms of having their writing or videos stolen, one even giving him money to find out he was stealing from them, but on a basic level, liking someone's work and funding them only to realize you're funding plagiarism is humiliating. James has become one of the biggest LGBT YouTubers in the room, essentially absorbing all the support and attention that would have otherwise gone to people who actually do work. Other gay video essayists have to come up with their own opinions and actually write them. They can't compete on volume with a guy who's willing to rip off dozens and dozens of other people. Many of the people he's copied were paid very little, and in some cases not at all, for their original material when they wrote it. They were hoping their writing would be recognized and result in future work and more of a career. And in a way, their good work was recognized, but only by James. How much recognition do you think they got when James read their words without crediting them? And on the other hand, how much money has James made from them? How much money has he made in fundraising to start a film studio on the back of this career he got from them, while making no films? Gay writers are already poorly recognized for their work and contributions. It's a common problem. James should know about this. In Code Breakers or Queering Cinema or whatever it'll be called next time, James has a surprisingly eloquent section about how gay people keep going missing from history and being forgotten. This part was stolen too.
So as we start out on our lifelong personal journeys, how do we discover our queer identity if we don't know much of
This video was a flashy H-Bomber Guy video essay debunking the veneer of the flashy, well-lit video essay. H-Bomber Guy basically made the kind of arguments Vosh or I or Demon Mama or Keffels would make about how some content creators in the LGBT community and in like the progressive lefty community are grifting, abusive manipulators who are just in it for money and social capital. No, Keffels is a true scum. No, she is not. God, it sounds like a cat purring when I inhale. Ugh, I need to cough up all the shit in my lungs. It's basically the same argument, but specifically tailored in such a way as to not offend the audience of video essayists that see this guy and immediately think he can do no wrong. Seriously, do you think many of this guy's fans would have ever listened to me or Vosh or Keffels or Demon Mama or Shark? Do you think they would have ever listened to any of us do a takedown of him? No. H-Bomber Guy basically did like a woke scold takedown without making it obvious. This has primed so many people in the space to be on the lookout for people like this, the thought slimes of the left. I think it's no coincidence this dude is a dead ringer for thought slime, right? No coincidence at all. They're much alike in many ways, personality-wise, and as far as their appearance. I feel like this is going to get a lot of people to be a bit more vigilant As I said about the thought slimes of the left, like this dude. This video is absolutely phenomenal. I know it's long. Listen, I've seen people that I like post on Twitter, the video's too long, and they aren't going to watch it, and they can't watch it because it's too long. Come on. You guys watch my streams. You guys watch my videos. If you guys go on YouTube and you watch multiple videos back to back to back, you're probably watching YouTube for at least a few hours on end, right? You can even break your viewing up of the video into multiple pieces. I watched it in 2 parts. Put on a video game, throw the video on another monitor or on in the background, and listen to it while you play a game. Listen to it while you go for a walk. Put it on your phone. It's long, which means you don't have to pull out your phone and put something else on for a while. It is so worth watching. There'll be a link down below in the description. Seriously, give it a watch. It's entertaining as fuck. H-Bomber guy is top tier, and you should support him as well. He deserves the support. Also, he shouts out a bunch of smaller LGBT content creators at the end of the video that you should watch instead of James Somerton. And you should see that list so that you guys can go sub to them as well. Because, I mean, you should expand your sub list of content creators in this space that you would like. Obviously, vet them and make sure they like me first. Because if they don't, that's a very good sign they're cringe. But besides that, should be a good way of expanding your watch list. How do you guys like that segment? I hope you guys like that segment. I feel like it came out pretty good. Hell yeah. NASDAQ, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the $5. Says, Ayo, want me to send you a short video about a VTuber getting canceled for saying something reasonable? I promise it's relevant to other content you talk about. Maybe, but I've got some other stuff to cover still. But yeah, toss it my way in chat. Thank you, NASDAQ. I appreciate the support. Remember, guys, any donations, subs, gifted subs, or even just liking the stream really does go a long way. It helps a lot. I just moved, so money's a little tight right now. It really does help me afford groceries and stuff like that. All right, really quick, I've got to go put my dip and carrots in the fridge so they don't get warm and go bad, and I've got to get a new water because I finished my water. But I'll be right back. Be patient. Hello. Natalie, thank you for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. So based and kind of you.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar.
Wow, thanks for spoiling it, YouTube. You guys know what I'm about to be covering, I suppose. Y'all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. Well, everybody, we've got an update, and things do not look good. For those that don't know, one of my favorite gaming content creators, going back, hell, almost a decade now, I'd guess, is The Completionist, Gerard. I've really loved his Completionist videos and his collaborations with like Jesse Cox and other gaming content creators for a long time. The Let's Plays were always really fun that they would do of scary games, like Scary Game Squad. And to find out that he has supposedly been stealing charity money from a charity that he's been running in the name of his dead mom for dementia research, over $600,000, was pretty scary. Apparently, it was finally donated, but there's 50,000 of it that is still at large. Where's the source in that XLR? I was actually just about to watch the Subordinary Gamers video from a couple days ago. Is there an update that I don't know about? I'd heard that money had been donated, but is there like a update video? Tipster video? Just the tip.
Okay, chat.
The Completionist finally donates the money.
I got this update literally just before the stream started. I was within minutes of hitting the go live button when I found out about this situation. As a matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to the person who submitted it in the Discord. Who was that person again? That person was Rapid Fire Zero. Thank you so much for submitting that. Round of applause to them. Otherwise, I would not have known that this was even a thing. But as you guys know, we've been covering the Completionist story, but if you guys haven't been aware of the situation, I'll give you guys a quick little bit of a recap. Two great YouTubers, one of which is a good friend of mine known as Carl Jobs. Shout out to Carl Jobs.
Carl Jobs is based, follows me on Twitter. We're mutuals. That is a good sign.
And the other one is Mudahar, aka Some Ordinary Gamers. They work together on a project with...
I'm also mutuals with Muda, and Muda's also donated to me on stream before, so that's also based. So yeah, but both of them are pretty awesome. I like Muda and Carl Jobs. I really am sad to see where this drama ended up going, but I really hope that this donation means maybe it's all going to be okay. I don't know. It really seems like there was some slimy shit going on with the Completionist,
where they were looking into some charity work that Gerard the Completionist was involved in through his charity organization known as Open Hand. And things didn't quite seem on the up and up. Their very publicly available tax filings were showing that they were receiving money, but the money that it wasn't going to the charities it was supposed to go to, right? And so we've been kind of covering this story. The initial thing was, hey, you know, they raised up to, I think it was like $650,000 over the course of 10 years, and not a single penny of that money went to the charities it was supposed to. Gerard claims that he was aware of this as recently as a year ago, and he was trying to find a place to like send the money. Granted, he was still claiming, you know, earlier this year that the money was going where he claimed it was going, even though, according to the conversation he had with Muda and Carl, he already knew at that point that the money wasn't going where it was supposed to go. It's a whole big mess, okay? Then we did a follow-up to that.
The story changed so much. The story changed so much, and that's what made me the most suspicious. Mistakes happen, and mistakes can even go unnoticed for years and years and years. How long they went unnoticed, supposedly, was pretty sus. A decade is a long time for that big of a mistake to go unnoticed, but what really, really seemed weird was the story changing. He went from having no idea what was going on and saying he has nothing to say to within the same
story,
call,
talking about how not only
having a story and then changing that story later on. It gave me some real bad vibes.
were they doing charity events called Indieland, where this money, this $650,000 was raised, but they were also doing like these golf tournaments that were also raising money, and that money just seemed to poof, vanish into thin air. We have no idea how much money these particular events raised, and we have no idea where that money went, and seemingly that money doesn't seem to be accounted for at all in the tech.
Listen, Elena XIO. Personally, I think he probably scammed those people. But I'm a content creator, and I have a responsibility to not accuse another content creator of a crime publicly without enough evidence, right? Like there's a responsibility I have that you guys don't have there.
Tax filings or anything like that. So there's a whole lot of head scratching there. Like where the fuck is the money? In any case, you know, those were the most recent updates we talked about. Just before the stream, I got this update, and I tweeted this tweet out in reference to this particular update. So let me just go ahead and read this tweet for you now. Breaking. The AFTD, which stands for the Association for Frontal Temporal Degeneration, just posted an announcement stating that they received a large donation from the Open Hand Foundation, the charity founded by the completionist and his family.
Let's go.
So chat, we're finally getting a somewhat positive update that it looks like some money, a very large sum of money, has been donated to the charity or a charity in question. Interesting stuff. So let's go ahead and let's actually take a look at the article here. This is the article on the official website for the AFTD. Open Hand Foundation provides AFTD $6,000 for FTD research. Now remember,
I need a wacky radio host soundboard like him. Yeah, I do. It's nice to have. It's probably a Steam Deck or Stream Deck. Sorry, not a Steam Deck, a Stream Deck. But you can get proper soundboards too that are like, here's a bunch of buttons just for that, and I can also get a Stream Deck for that. I need a bigger desk, which I will be getting. I found a desk online that's really cool. I need to find out how much power the LEDs on it pull to see if I can afford to set up the LEDs on it, but it's really good. It is a bit expensive though. It's going to take a few weeks of me streaming before I'm able to afford it. It's a few $100s, and you know, I don't want to drop that kind of money on a desk before I can afford it, you know? Like, I got to prioritize groceries first. And then, of course, I've got to make enough money to pay next month's rent, my bills, all that stuff, right? I got to pay all my utilities, my internet. I will say, though, good internet is surprisingly cheap. I pay for nothing but internet. That's it. And I picked the highest speed internet service I could get. If I do a speed test right now, and I'm going to keep up to date on what my ISP offers. If I do a speed test right now, my download speed, and this is while streaming, download speed is 649 megabits per second. Upload speed is 216 megabits per second. To give you an idea of how much you need to stream, you need a consistent 6,000 kilobits per second to stream. That's 6 megabits per second. 6 megabits per second plus stable is all you need to stream. Of course, I need more internet to do other things while also streaming, but yeah, pretty set. And I'm going to keep upgrading. Why did you move? For like a dozen reasons that I've been talking about for months and months and months and months about why I'm going to move. Yeah. So I can do Quail, so I can get better internet, so I have a place that I can stay long term, because the last place I was in that I've been streaming in was a like 6-month lease. I wanted to live in a house with a backyard. Sorry, I had to move with COVID. It was not fun. I'm still recovering from said COVID. It's not fun.
remember, the unaccounted for amount of money before the whole golfing tournament thing was $650,000.
Please get well soon. Guys, you don't need to feel bad for me. I'm in the good part of having COVID, okay? I went from literally dying from chills and fevers while also sweating my ass off and vomiting up bile 20 times in a day to literally can't breathe through my nose to fountain of a nosebleed that makes it so I literally can't breathe through my nostril for a whole day, to now I'm where I am now, where it's just I've got some phlegm in my lungs that I gotta cough up. Dog, don't feel bad for me. I am feeling good, okay? I am grateful. I've got shit lung.
$1,000. So it looks like $600,000 they donated for research. Okay, let's go ahead and let's dive into this. The text is a little bit small and I have old man eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so I can see this a wee bit better. There we go. Okay, so let's dive right into it. AFTD is pleased to announce that we have received a gift of $600,000 from the Open Hand Foundation to further its mission to hasten a cure for FTD and improve the quality of life of those currently living with the disease. The fully restricted donation, so that this is a restricted donation. Some of you guys may remember in the previous coverage, there was talk of restricted
This means that the charity gets to designate specifically where the money is allocated.
Donations, and based off of my memory, restricted donations are donations that can specifically be used for a specific purpose.
Okay.
So basically the donator can say, this is what the money needs to be used for. It can't be used for administration costs. It can't be used to pay executives at the charity. None of that. It has to be used for this purpose. So it looks like they were able to negotiate donating restricted donation for specific purposes. So the fully restricted donation received by AFTD on Wednesday, November 29th. So this, I believe, wouldn't that fall?
There is still like hundreds of thousands still up in the air from the golf tournament donations from Open Hand Foundation, right? Like because the recent Mudahar video went into detail with like tons more money that's like out there that's never been donated.
Under like a day or two before the most recent video uploaded by Carl. And I haven't seen the Mudahar video yet, but wouldn't this fall just before that? So I think they were trying to like...
Dude, what I'm hoping is that I can deck out this basement room to be as dope as Tipster's streaming setup here. I'm not really into like old school arcade machines or anything like that, but like I want to like deck it out with stuff that's like my interests to the degree that he has. And that's part of why I moved into this place that I'm in now, is that I'm going to be here for 5+ years. I can just do that. I can set stuff up knowing that I don't have to move for a long time.
Oh, well, they only know about the $650,000 that's on account.
Dope thing as well is, because Seattle is as hilly as it is, my basement opens up into my garage, which opens out straight into my driveway. So moving things out of my basement and into my basement just means moving it from the driveway into the garage straight into my into the basement, like center room where like the laundry machines are and stuff, and then into my basement room. Like, it's easy as fuck. Easy as pie. So moving in and out, even from the basement, will be easy.
Accounted for. So let's just donate that money so we can just like, wash our hands of this.
That is not an open floor plan.
But now, right after they gave this donation, Carl and Muda put out videos about the golf tournament money. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Didn't see that one coming.
Yep. Where's the golf tournament money is the big question now.
Oh, it will provide funding for AFTD initiatives that further FTD science and provide support to families with FTD in their lives. The gift will contribute $200,000 to the AFTD pilot grant program, which funds innovative research into FTD's causes, as well as ways to improve the well-being of FTD families and allow them to more easily access high-quality diagnosis, care, and support. The gift allots $100,000 to the Accelerating Drug Discovery for FTD program, a partnership between AFTD and the Alzheimer's Drug Discovery Foundation, or the ADDF. The program advances and supports innovative small molecule and biologic drug discovery programs from FTD research. Open Hand's $100,000 donation will be matched 2-to-1 by the ADDF. Okay, that's pretty cool. A total of $250,000 from the Open Hand Foundation's gift will be used towards funding AFTD's Comstock Grant Program. Comstock grants are small grants of up to $500 given to families living with FTD to support caregiving, respite, quality of life, and travel to FTD educational conferences.
Well, like, this is all well and good, but there's so much money still up in the air now. And just because he donated the money now, after all of this, doesn't mean that there wasn't shady shit going on. This just makes it look like he's covering himself, right? It just makes him look like he's covering his ass. You know what was really unfortunate to see? How many YouTubers I also respect immediately jumped to defend him. It kind of reminded me of the... This reminds me of a lot of the established... what was it called? The scam thing where you could say you were a lord? Established titles? It reminds me of the established titles scam a little bit. Where one of my favorite YouTube channels, Fact Fiend, on Twitter, was fighting the good fight to defend established titles. Because they'd been sponsored. And it was like, no, not you guys. Not Fact Fiend. Defending the scam company? Dog, no. I really hope they apologized for it, but as far as I know, they didn't. That was a good one. That got a lot out. Oh. Yeah. It really sucked to see some pretty respectable figures immediately jump to defend him.
The remaining $50,000 of Open Hands donation will go towards staffing management of these programs. And so basically their restricted fund has been divvied up into various different means that the money can be used for. This amount of money has to be used for this purpose, that amount of money has to be used for that purpose, etc., etc. So they were able to get those restricted fund donations that were talked about briefly. So that's actually a good thing. The contribution is a tribute to the memory of my wife, Kareen Reed Khalil, who battled frontal temporal degeneration for over 14 years, said Charles Khalil, founder of the Open Hand Foundation. We are honored to preserve her legacy.
That's the completionist's dad.
By supporting continued research on this devastating disease. The Open Hand Foundation is committed to making a meaningful impact, and we believe the donation will contribute significantly to the fight against FTD. This is all fine and dandy, but no mention of the controversy, no mention of the fact that it had been 10 years of holding this money in a bank account when it was supposed to be given to a charity like this one. No mention of that at all. Just kind of sweep that part under the rug, right, chat? Funds for the Open Hand Foundation's gift to the AFTD were raised from individual donations during online fundraisers organized by Charles and Karen's son, Gerard Khalil, who is widely known within the gaming community as the Completionist. We are grateful to the Open Hand Foundation for its commitment to advancing research into FTD, a disease that is devastating far too many lives. I think they mean far too many lives. Or far too many families, rather, said AFTD CEO Susan Dickinson. Our organization is ideally positioned to ensure that this generous gift directly benefits families affected by FTD and brings...
I'm glad the money... That's a substantial donation that's going to go to some pretty important research. That's a good... It's a good drop in the bucket, I must say. But it's unfortunate that this entire scandal had to come out of it, you know?
Closer a future with treatments, a cure, and even prevention of the disease for generations to come. Okay, so that's their press release on the issue. So this is good. Okay, all that money went to a cause that it was intended to go to, right? And it was restricted funds, so it is going to be used for the purposes they specifically outlined that it can be used for. And that's all fine and dandy, right? But again, just kind of sweeping the controversy under the rug, no acknowledgement for what happened, no taking accountability for what happened, and even more so, there's still the big question, Chad.
The completionist, as far as I know, has been entirely silent in all of this. And yeah, where's the fucking golf tournament money? That's like a decade's worth of donation money, of charity money that's missing.
What about the Convenience Cup Challenge money? What about the money that they earned? Excuse me. Sorry, I've been drinking sparkling water and it gives me pretty insane burps. My apologies. I don't mean
Monster
to be rude.
does that to me. I get it.
But what about the money that
Just
was
burp straight
raised
into the
during
mic.
these golf tournaments?
Make 'em
We
listen.
still don't know how much money was raised for those or where the fuck that money went. So it's nice to see that, hey, you know, a lot of that money that was basically unaccounted for, now we know that it's been donated after 10 years. But still, where's the rest of the money? What happened to this money? Where did that money go? Are we going to see any accountability taken for that money? Are we going to find out what happened with that money? This story isn't over just yet, chat. This is a step in the right direction. I'll give them credit for that.
Good video. Oh,
But we...
Good video by Tipster. There'll, of course, be a link down below to go check out Tipster's video, which you very much should, because he's a friend of the show. He makes good content. He's a nice guy. And he gets a lot of harassment and shit from, like, right-wingers and whatnot, so he could use support. So go send some, because being a left-wing content creator is like being an island in a sea of... Not an island, but like a dude floating in a sea of hungry sharks, okay? And having some people around to just kind of shoot the shit with helps a lot. So go send some views his way. But yeah, I really am sad to see this come of the completionist stuff. I mean, I'm glad the money got donated, but the fact it took this long and the fact they haven't said anything feels like a concession to the fact that they have something to hide. I'm really curious to see what the comments think on this one. I really, really am. I want to hear what the comments think on this one. So give your opinion down below. I'm going to read the comments pretty closely on this video because I'm kind of like emotionally attached to this particular topic. And I want to hear what you guys think. How do you guys like that segment? I feel like it came out pretty good. Yeah, I heard Big Ounce died, Summer Star. It's sad. But for real this time. Natalie, thank you for the $2. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Said, hi, Zan. How are you doing? I hope you're getting better. I feel better with every productive cough. That gets some of that shit out of my lungs. Ugh. It's awful. Rob36, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the $5. Said, sucks you got COVID. Congrats on moving house throughout all that. Glad to have you back. And unbelievably hype for the quail. 3-monther. Oh, it's a 3-monther. Oh, thank you. So that's an extra 7, actually. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm really hyped for the quail, too. It's going to be really cool. Come like late winter, early spring, probably late winter, I'm going to order the incubator online along with 24 quail eggs, and I'm going to start incubating them like probably a dozen at a time because like there's a pretty low hatch rate and the legal limit within the city of Seattle is 8. You gotta have 8 quail. So that's what I'm going to have, 8 quail hens. I'm going to have to find a way to get rid of the males that doesn't involve me shooting them in the head with the 9mm. So, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't really, like, there's really no other way to put it other than that would be my only other option to deal with them. Humanely, of course, like, yeah. Anyway. Send them to the farm. Yeah, I'm gonna send them to a farm, but, like, maybe rehome them, sell them, yeah. Gently break their neck. No, I couldn't break their neck. That's just too personal. I'd have to shoot them. If I ever have to kill any of my quail, they're getting shot. I'll get a 22 just for that. Like a subsonic 22 round that I can shoot a quail with in my backyard. It won't even be loud enough for the neighbors to hear. Pretty sure that's allowed, as long as it's from a legally compliant firearm. Yeah, 9mm would just be for getting rid of the quail I absolutely have to get rid of, okay? Because you legally can't have more than a certain amount. It'll blow the lungs out of their body. Hash, have you seen my 9mm yet? You gotta come visit me and shoot it one of these days. It'll be fun. We'll go to the range. Anyway, thank you for the tier 1 sub, Rob36. Gurney Tath, thank you for the tier 3 sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. How many months is that, by the way? Thank you for the $20, presumably, if it's just one. Thank you. Said, I hope you have a swift recovery, Zan. Here's the clip of the world's angriest gecko. I love geckies. They're so cute. They're so cute. I love lizards. Look at the little guy. He's going into attack mode. Oh, he's reeing. I'm a dinosaur. He thinks he's a T-Rex. He thinks he's a T-Rex. He's so cute. So cute. Thank you for the 1 month sub, though, Gertie Tath. I really appreciate it. Larry Banks 78, thank you for the $5 donation. Very kind and based of you. Very pog. Said, I think why some people have an aversion to long video essays is that people like Mahler, who make long videos that are bloated and are so surface level and poison the well that bad. Yeah, like, I actually watched an episode of EFAP the other day. It came up in my recommended. It was on a topic I was vaguely interested in, so I watched like a quarter of it. And I realized very quickly why the length is so long is because they all have massive ADHD, or at least they act like it. If someone brings up a vaguely related subtopic, they get lost on that for a while, and then it branches out into a million other conversations, and then finally gets back to the original topic at hand. So they'll go into the stream with like 1 or 2 or 3 topics, but they stun lock 50 times per topic, and every single topic stems off into 50 additional topics, which is why their like 3 topic stream ends up being 6 hours, because they'll talk about clothing. They'll talk about clothing, because why not? Because they got reminded of clothing because of something they were talking about. It's just a bunch of dudes with ADHD doing a podcast. You're calling out Vosh? That's more me than Vosh. I hang out with Vosh in real life, and he has a better time keeping on track with what's going on and what the conversation is than I do. Granted, I'm usually stoned. I don't wanna, so who I thought if when you... I'm sorry, Reza Sutra, that's not English. Anyway, guys, thank you for once again breaking the dono goal cap. Holy crap. That rhymed. I'm not a rapper. Let's see if we can hit it again. Hot damn, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. It means a lot, especially after my move. Finances are a little tight right now. Ugh. Thank you, Puppy from Los Andes. I was actually going to cover that. I know you're trying to shit on Keffels, but you actually just gave me a link I wanted for my segment in which we're going to talk about how people criticizing her right now are just deranged. You've helped your enemy.
I feel like...
All right. Y'all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. So while I was away moving and having COVID, some big drama happened with a friend of mine, friend of the show, Keffals. You see, Keffals is one of the most prominent trans lefty content creators out there. She took down Kiwi Farms, like really knocked it down a peg, which was like a pretty notoriety gaining act on her part. She incurred quite the penalty for doing this in the form of getting swatted and harassed, and to the point that she had to move to another country, and even there she was swatted and harassed and found. She has raised shit tons of money for charity, particularly trans and LGBT-related charities, and she's been overall a pretty damn positive voice in the space, despite getting an insanely disproportionate amount of harassment. She is, of course, a trans woman, so no matter what she does, she will be held to a higher scrutiny than anybody else would by both cis people and by trans people. So she gets a lot of crap. And recently, some logs leaked. Not really leaked, this is literally her speaking publicly in her Discord server, like in her public Discord chat. Like, people talk about this like it's some crazy leaked thing, but her opinions on this have been public for a while, so it's not like she's hiding anything and this is like leaked or whatever. But she says this: did someone advocate for taking dysphoria out of medical literature? And Keffals said, yeah, I don't agree with arguments like you don't need dysphoria to be trans, because how the hell do you justify irreversible surgeries if you don't have a crippling medical condition that requires it? If I said I didn't have dysphoria, I'd hope I couldn't access bottom surgery. They go on to talk about some shit that seems pretty unrelated. People reply to her. I think at a point, the term transsexual became antiquated and replaced with an umbrella term that also includes people doing drag at its broadest definition, and it doesn't do us good. More people respond. Some people say, I agree. Someone says, how do you justify it's my body and I can do what I want with it? No, I'm not arguing against dysphoria. Keffals replies, no, you can't actually. No doctor who is credentialed will operate on you without several letters confirming gender dysphoria. And then Keffals replies to, it shouldn't have to be that way, but it is how it is in our society. I think it should. I think without medical justification for a surgery as intense and irreversible as sexual reassignment surgery, there needs to be medical justification backed by studies and decades of medical literature. If you take dysphoria away as the precursor, conservatives will immediately argue it's just body modification and at best remove any and all coverage and at worst ban it. Tons of people got mad about this. I imagine some of you in chat are mad about this. The real issue I take with Keffals and what she said here, her actual misstep here, is throwing in, like, equating trans and transitioning in a certain way. Tons of people who are trans don't go for irreversible surgeries. That is why people say you don't need dysphoria to be trans. However, the people disagreeing with her that you shouldn't need proven dysphoria to get bottom surgery are fucking insane. You are begging for a fucking torrent of detransitioners, okay? What she said here is not wrong. It's just a little out of touch and disconnected with current times. The reality of it is, I think Keffals words it better than I really can, because there is a really significant generational disconnect between young and older trans people. We had this whole conversation years ago with ContraPoints getting canceled every time she dared to make a video. So I think it's time that we go through all of it all the fuck over again with a whole new batch of Zoomer lefties that don't know that there's a pretty substantial generational gap in this space. Out of touch, no shit. I'll seriously stay silent. I'll just stop making remarks. Stay silent and just let's hear out what Keffels has to say about it.
Calling this a slur is incredibly over.
Oh, wait, this is the wrong thing. Oh yeah, by the way, that is literally part of the drama. Now we're talking about another thing, the they fab discourse. I have blocked and unfollowed numerous people on Twitter for going after Keffels for this, because if you're mad at her for this, then you're just going to jump down anyone's throat for anything. They fab and they mab are words that refer to trans non-binary people who were like, if you're they fab, you're trans non-binary and you were assigned female at birth. And if you're they mab, you're trans non-binary and you were assigned male at birth. People are saying this is a slur. It's a straight up misgender. No, it is not. How is trans woman misgendering then? How? It's neither a slur or misgendering. Nor was it ever invented to be a slur. That Karl Marx guy who victim blamed me for my getting financially abused by my ex, that Keffels debated, that started this whole they fab discourse, that's like the second part of this whole drama. That person literally lied about the origin of the term. It does not come from 4chan. I don't care if it's been used as an insult towards you. Saying that its usage period is tantamount to a slur is downright deranged and terminally online. You do not get to decide that a new slur has been invented when it is so impossible to prove even an origin rooted in it being used as a slur. Not to mention, I'm going to be very honest here, there is nothing transphobic about non-discriminatory labels. And that is what they fab and they mab are. There's nothing about they fab or they mab that is harmful. The words themselves do not indicate any offensive term. They is a pronoun based. It's literally there. Fab allows you to clarify whether or not you present more femininely. Mab lets you add whether or not you present more masculinely. I guarantee you this terminology will be reclaimed and used as an identity label in 10 years. Clip it. Regardless, it is insane to me how much people are willing to jump down someone's throat over someone's usage of the word. And their defense of that is, why are you so desperate to defend your use of the word? Because if you want me to not say a word, there needs to be a damn good reason why I shouldn't say it. There are a whole lot of words I will never say because there's damn good reasons why I shouldn't say it. They fab and they mab have not been demonstrated as such. If it's literally just I will be offended by it for no reason that I can explain, that is not good enough. I'm sorry, it's literally not. You're literally an SJW if that's your reasoning. If you think it sounds nasty and it sounds icky, then you're acting like an unironic SJW. The amount of dishonesty that's been dredged up to try to seem offended by this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Someone who is, I guess now, an ex-member of this community, Lil BBG, who used to make these banger clip videos of me, was one of the people that jumped down Keffels' throat on this. Let me see if I can find my tweets in regards to this. Do 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 do. Oh wait, wrong timeline. Huh? I was going down Cherry's timeline because that's what auto-filled. All right, back to scrolling. Man, I'm scrolling too far. Maybe it's got to be higher up. Here it is. Huh? I guess it'd be in replies. Cherry, you'll be able to edit all this out, thankfully. Oh, I think I'm blocked. Yep. Damn, I'm blocked. But like, dude, I had an interaction with Lil BBG here, who used to be like a member of the community, like a core member of the community here, and it was actually fucking crazy. It was actually fucking crazy. What they said. I can't see it now because like Twitter glitches out and doesn't show. Like, it still shows these tweets, but if I click to try to see the whole interaction, I can't see their tweets. But they said, I've been waiting forever. I've been waiting for this to happen. Like, in response to the big post. Like, I've been waiting for the opportunity to dunk on Keffals. And I was like, saying you've been waiting for this is super weird, even if you actually do feel hurt by what she said. Like, yeah, I feel like the people trying to cancel are just looking for an excuse. Like Puppy from Los Andes, I as well as everybody else that's like trying to go after her for this. I think you've wanted to cancel Keffals for a long time and you don't like her, and you found an excuse to pretend like you can seem morally righteous about it. That's always the case. That's always the case with stuff like this. It's never not the case. It's never not been the case a single time.
For playing what the word.
Anyway, here let's allow Keffals to give her testimony on it.
The word that like a handful of trans people created like a decade ago that has never been used in any systemic way in order to hurt people, that's where you draw the line. That's the line. The line is like Tumblr discourse. The line isn't the real world. You know what's crazy about this they fab drama? So like, do you remember the drama? A bunch of people who were here when I called someone. Now that I had that debate, where I was like, you know, I don't want to tone police people who have a legitimate reason to be upset. They're saying that this is unacceptable, that I need to be an internet hall monitor, and that I need to police everyone's behavior at all times. It's like, you realize that you are a woke scold now, right? You realize that.
Lars, you realize how esoterically, like, I want you to take what you just said, okay? Lars, SRS. I want you to go out to the street. I want you to find a homeless man. Just a random homeless man, a friendly looking one. I want you to say, I've had an issue with theyfab for a while, wholly because the sole reason that people use theyfab is to demean a non-binary person that they don't really think is non-binary. In the case of theyfab, the purpose of theyfab is to say that non-binary person is just a girl acting as non-binary. I want you to go to that random homeless man on the street and say that to them and see how they react. And then ask for their opinion on it. Please. Please.
You were doing the exact same thing, and you were being very selective with what you're outraged about. I want people to do this. I'm legitimately serious. One in chat if you are on speaking terms with either of your grandparents. Okay, we got a bunch. I need you to go to your grandma or go to your grandpa, and I want you to explain to them who I am and what the theyfab discourse is about and why people are mad at me, or explain to them Noodlegate, or explain to them the Pit Crew drama, or explain to them the Tim Pool Ball drama. Like, explain to them any of the drama cycles I've been in and tell me what they say.
Real. Fucking Noodlegate too. Like, you have to understand that being something I noticed that first happened. I first noticed it with ContraPoints. I noticed it was a pattern with Demon Mama, and I noticed it was practically the rule with Keffals. Trans people who do content online are held to a ridiculously high standard. They have a ridiculously large community of people that hate them for weird, petty, bizarre reasons that are always 24/7 waiting for the opportunity to take them down. And they will blow up drama out of the tiniest thing they can conceivably blow up drama about. And once I realized that was, like, the case, it helped me to contextualize a lot of the drama that Keffals, Demon Mama, so on will face. Is that, like, trans women, they just get a lot more shit for a lot less. Just how the internet is.
I've had to do a lot of thinking on what happened. There was a lot of things that really bothered me, and I couldn't figure out exactly what specifically it was that was getting under my skin so much about.
Hold on, I feel like this is really quiet, so I'm gonna volume boost it.
The whole situation. And I think there was a couple reasons. One of them is that I'm realizing that there is a generational disconnect. Like, for instance, when I was talking to Carl was saying that this is a word, the word theyfab is a word that comes from 4chan, and the first time I've heard this word was in 2011 or 2012, before 4chan even had an LGBT board. And I feel like rewriting history to attribute words that came out of intra-community trans discourse to 4chan is just a rhetorical device in order to fast jacket trans people, which we all know is a recurring issue. The stereotype that trans women all had a Nazi phase. People use this as a way in order to not, like, fast jacket trans people, like all.
I'm pretty sure Keffals isn't friends with Shoonhead anymore because I literally told Keffals, like, hey, here's what Shu did to me and Demon Mama. If you continue being friends with her, I'm burning the bridge. Like, I just straight up gave her that ultimatum, and I'm pretty sure she burned the bridge with Shu. If she didn't, then I guess the Keffals bridge will get burnt. You guys will have to let me know.
All the time in progressive and leftist spaces. So do you remember?
Yeah, I figured.
Do you remember the Pepe discourse? You remember when people were
Keffels didn't know what Shu had done prior to me telling her about that.
saying that Pepe the frog is an alt-right symbol because people on the alt-right use Pepes? That's what this makes me remember. Because Pepe originated outside of 4chan and outside of the alt-right.
There are unironically people who try to argue that we shouldn't use Pepe. I have literally had people come to my chat and tell me I should remove the Pepes from my website because they're a hate symbol. And we shouldn't try to reclaim them, quote unquote.
And there were people saying that if you use a Pepe, you are using an alt-right symbol, even though there's still people who think that Pepe the Frog is a dog whistle. And I think this is where this confusion is coming from, is that I remember this word being used in a completely different context, in a different time, and now the word is being used in a different way, outside of the context that I remember it. Well, Waffles, it's because you might have misspoke. I did misspeak. I was definitely really heated in that debate, and I feel like a lot of positions that I had were not being considered, and I was being misrepresented. I was trying to ask for context, and I wasn't getting context. And now people have started doing Anvil dog whistle.
Even you? Okay, Puppy from Los Andes. Enjoy hell. You have cringe posted in chat for the last time.
Whistling apparently in response to this debate, which just makes them look like vipers. Like, I'm sorry. But
And
saying that,
celebrates.
oh, it's just a joke, it's like Looney Tune style violence, is dog whistling.
Here's the troll hand.
What is the anvil falling on someone represent?
Oh yeah, the Karl Marx fans have been sending Keffels like very, very like dumb, like playful death threats, effectively, with like because like Karl Marx's thing is like an anvil, and so they send her images of an anvil falling, like it's gonna fall on her head, and so they've been spamming that at her, Karl Marx's fans. For those who don't know, by the way, Karl Marx, okay, for a little bit of background, Lonnie, my abusive ex who financially abused me, stole my identity and fucked my credit. I don't know if you guys know this, but it was hard to fucking rent a place. It's hard to get a place, period. You can't rent places if your credit is bad enough. I had to call so many fucking places to get my credit good enough because of Lonnie's identity theft in order to be able to get this place. Because you just straight up can't rent anywhere if your credit's not good enough. And Lonnie made my credit not good enough. However, Karl Marx thought it would be a fantastic idea to tweet this out, which is why I'd blocked them a while ago, and what kind of tipped me off to the fact that Karl Marx is a massive piece of shit. When I'd tweeted about how YouTube cracking down on ad blockers and pushing people towards pushing people towards buying YouTube Premium is a good thing that'll help small creators, I got a ton of people that were just absolutely shitting on me, so I started blocking them. And Karl Marx's response was this. Someone tweeted, silly me thinking lefty content being available to as many people as possible was the goal and not individual React lords increasing their revenue. And then Karl Marx replies, honestly, if he's still having financial troubles despite the opportunities he has to make money, then it's kind of on him at this point. For one, my financial troubles were not even a point of discussion here. It was just about how YouTube removing, like cracking down an ad block will make smaller content creators more money. Karl Marx just brought up that out of nowhere. Literally, this was out of nowhere, a complete non sequitur, just out of nowhere, and then used it as a way of saying, projected financial issues onto me, said, projected supposed opportunities to make money that could fix your credit when you've had your identity stolen. And then on top of that, says it's on me if I haven't fixed my financial state from having had tens of thousands stolen from me over the course of years. Like, you don't ever get that money back. What? Karl Marx is a massive piece of shit. A clout-chasing little shithead who was looking to start some drama. Was talking shit in chat. Keffels made the mistake of inviting Karl Marx on stream, and then when Keffels didn't want the debate to go up online, Karl Marx deliberately took the VOD from Keffels' channel, ripped it, and uploaded Keffels' VOD again without her permission. She asked Karl Marx to take it down, and Karl Marx said no. Massive piece of shit.
It represents doing harm to someone. It's really fucking obvious. I don't know why people are suddenly okay with it. That's like doing this and being like, no, this is just the okay.
Oh yeah, Karl Marx is playing the victim hardcore on Twitter, by the way. Karl Marx is Keffels Corvidae. Person who's like a massive piece of shit who's totally in the wrong, who Keffels like unfortunately did not perform well in the debate against and managed to get away with looking like an uwu soft boy victim, but in reality is just a manipulative piece of shit. But yeah, Keffels did get played by a manipulative piece of shit clout chaser. I've had it happen to me with Corvidae back in the day. It was years and years ago. You gotta learn from it, though.
Sign. It's a dog whistle. You created a dog whistle. Good job. The current use of the word is to harass non-binary people, whether you're willing to admit that or not. It literally just is, and you can see it if you spend 5 seconds on Twitter. That's what I said earlier. Oh wait, you're little you're that person who blocked me, or I blocked you because you were dogpiling me, and then you posted the block screen.
This is literally after Lil BBG had made a post celebrating Keffels blocked them, and had said I'd been waiting for this. So the people in the chat who are pretending to be offended here are all people who have posted on Twitter celebrating about how they're going to take part in Keffels' supposed downfall. They're all vindictive and they hate her. This isn't like people who are just trying to explain to her why she's wrong.
And said, I don't listen to trans mask people. It's like, I don't know. You could have reached out any other way. It's kind of crazy that people think that they can dogpile me and then I'm going to listen. Like, I'm going to see all of the upset, angry people and I'm going to immediately go, yes, I am listening. I am not going to be defensive at all because this is how being dogpiled works. It's crazy because no one who's being dogpiled would agree with that. Absolutely.
Nobody doing the dogpiling wants to convince her of anything. They just want to get internet points for dunking on Keffels, yeah.
Absolutely not. But then immediately when they see the opportunity to, they're like, yes, this person's going to respond different. We do not need words to emphasize someone's assigned gender at birth.
Are we really going to pretend like it is simply transphobic to acknowledge someone's assigned gender at birth in any form of label? The term trans woman implies assigned male at birth. The terms AMAB and AFAB exist. Are these not slurs? Why are they not slurs? There's literally not a single actual argument being made by anybody claiming to be offended by it. They've just been called that as an insult and want to say it's a slur now and are mad that no one is agreeing with them.
That are meant to induce dysphoria and enables harassment. See, this is the thing that also confuses me about this discourse. There are so many words that you can say that can induce dysphoria in people. Like, for instance, there's a lot of trans women I know that say they do not want to be called dude at all, ever. No one should ever call them dude. It induces dysphoria to call them dude. And
also, the same people who say they fab is bad because it makes them feel dysphoric would laugh in the face of someone like Blair White or another one of those like true scum types who says that like the term transgender makes them feel dysphoric and they only want to be referred to as a transsexual. Like, sorry, you not liking that word doesn't make it transphobic now.
A lot of people don't care. Max called me dude. Like, or bud. There is a whole discourse with bud and buddy as words, and people saying that this is misgendering, this is a dysphoria.
Yeah, to be fair, bud and buddy are very Canadian words. Like, every Canadian that I know cannot go a single, like, 20-minute span without calling somebody buddy or bud. Woman or guy, they're getting called bud or buddy. Hey, bud. How you doing, bud? Hey, buddy.
Inducing term, but most people don't care. Even the term trans woman is something that earlier on in my transition made me feel
Here, actually, I've got a good example. My very Canadian uncle left me the best voicemail.
My very Canadian uncle left me the best voicemail.
First saved message. Hey, bud. I'm over at my buddy Gary's house right now because his cat Mittens finally passed away. So he buried her in the backyard and gave her a good sending off. While we're doing that, Gary pulls out a big bag of mushrooms, and one thing led to another, and I am fucking flying, eh? Whoo! Elon Musk wants to go to Mars? Well, strap a fucking rocket to me because I'm 5 minutes away. Anyways, just call and talk to someone because Gary's inside waiting for the pizza guy and left me alone staring at this bonfire. Reminds me of the time when you were little and we were trying to watch WrestleMania on Scramble TV. Because let me tell ya, staring at a fire is like watching Scramble TV into another dimension. It's wild. Speaking of wild, you should have seen my phone when I tried to call you, eh? It looked like it was melting in my hand. Had to use Siri to call you, which for a split second I legitimately thought there was an actual small woman living in my phone, which is a whole level of fucking panic I've never had before. Anyways, I see Gary coming over with the pizza, so talk to you later, bud. Thanks.
Yeah, it's a very Canadian thing. But there's discourse in the trans community about calling trans women bud being transphobic, and how Canadians have to, like, suppress that tendency.
Dysphoric. I didn't like being called a trans woman because the term trans woman necessarily implies you were assigned male at birth. I just don't understand the lack of consistency around this situation. That's what's bothering me. Like, I'm already saying, don't just call people they fabs. That was...
Notice how no one will ever talk about that? I've already said, don't call people they fabs if they don't want to be called they fabs. She's literally just trying to find a real argument for why it's a slur that she can't literally disprove with a Google search in 5 seconds, such as, it originated on 4chan, on the LGBT board. Well, here's it existing on Google Trends before the LGBT board existed by years and years and years.
Never my point. I mean, like, the words dude is also something that... The word dude is also something that can induce dysphoria in people. And a lot of people say that they don't want to be called dude, but people do it anyway. Or even older queers. Older queers who had the shit kicked out of them and were called a queer as a slur often say things on Twitter like, please stop using the word queer. This word is a word that is riddled in trauma to me. I hate hearing it. I don't like being called queer. And then people will tell them to fuck off. Like, this is the thing that I really don't like about a lot of LGBT community spaces, is being made to constantly feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Google trend info for me. Okay, that's actually really interesting. You look at the term, and the peak of this term is in 2005. And I learned it in, like, 2011. Yeah, around here is when...
Crazy to think it peaked in 2005.
When I learned it, during this spike right here. But I think that there is a huge generational divide in this topic, because I wasn't on Twitter and Tumblr in 2011. I didn't make a Twitter account until 2018 when I was like 25 years old. So it's like there's a lot of like really super online discourses that I'm completely unfamiliar with. And I think a lot of people who are feeling like disproportionate outrage about this are younger people who've been engaged in these kind of online battlegrounds for a significantly longer period of time than I ever have.
Yeah, so like, I've talked to Keffels about this. She didn't know what a true scum was. Not joking about that, guys. She didn't know what a true scum was. Keffels is not an online person. Keffels spent a lot of her life doing real-life political action, doing direct action, joining, like, she was in, like, the Communist Party. She was working with people that actually fought in revolutions in developing nations. Like, she just wasn't tapped into, like, the Twitter, Tumblr, internet shit until very recently when she became a streamer. She kind of fell into it. And so we're talking about someone who is an actual grass toucher. And when she says, guys, the shit you're obsessing about is terminally online, no one in the real world gives a fuck about this, she's not lying. She's not just saying it to cover her ass. It's accurate. Honestly, good for her. That's impressive. She's also run for office, I think. Like, she's had a long-standing career in politics before touching the internet space. You guys can't operate under the assumption that she knows better, for lack of a better term. She didn't know what a true scum was. She doesn't know about that divide, right? There is a literal age divide within the trans community that creates this. And when somebody who doesn't know what the fuck is going on is getting canceled for something they don't understand, they're just going to be opposed to the people that canceled them. And they're just going to get with the people that support them and offer them support, no matter how awful they are. And the next thing you know, they're going to get radicalized, because how the fuck can you not get radicalized when you're a trans person who already has a very limited amount of space online where they can find acceptance and camaraderie and friendship? Where are they going to go? Or what is going to happen to them when no one else will take them in? They're going to go to those people, and they're going to be radicalized. Please explain true scum. True scum basically means that you're extremely gatekeepy about who is and isn't trans. Not gatekeepy around procedures for access to gender, like, transition, such as bottom surgery and hormones, but in, like, gatekeeping who is trans. Are trans, like, how much do you have to pass? Are non-binary people trans? Like, they are gatekeepers, basically. Good examples include Blair White, Calvin Gara, that one person called the offensive T-slur, but they don't call themselves the offensive T-slur. They call themselves the offensive T-slur. People who say dysphoria is the only criteria for being trans and only doctors can validate you. Yeah, basically. They gatekeep it. People called Keffels this, but Keffels never said you had to have dysphoria to be transgender. She said you need to have dysphoria if you're going to get access to surgeries. That is the issue that Keffels has. And I don't really disagree with that. I do think that you should have gender dysphoria if you're going to get bottom surgery. I'm sorry, but we don't need more detransitioners and people making documentaries about how they got bottom surgery. It's irreversible and it was allowed to happen, and there needs to be higher guidelines, and we need to ban it. We have strong guidelines as it is. They work. We just need more people having access to those resources. That is where the problem lies. Republicans trying to outlaw this access and the lack of access that already exists. Anyway, with all that said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, Keffels will have a link down below in the description. You can go check out her content. Please go subscribe. Send some support her way, especially because she's getting a lot of harassment right now. She's a good friend of the channel. With all that said, thank you for watching. All right, everybody. I think that might be the entire stream. Yeah, I think it is. Hell yeah, guys. 6 whole segments. What do you guys think of my first stream in my new house? Valheim time? Yeah, after I end stream and order some food, for sure. I'll call you in a little bit. I gotta pee, take off this fucking onesie, and decompress. Who am I going to raid? I want to raid somebody. Fuds, hell yeah. I am about to raid literally one of my favorite childhood YouTubers of all fucking time. Dude is fucking hilarious and hasn't lost a beat, okay? You need to go in, you need to say Xander Hall raid, you need to go be nice, and be epic, okay? Go say I sent you, go follow, go subscribe to him on YouTube and stuff, go follow him on Twitter, and subscribe, prime sub, all that good stuff. I'm dropping a link to his Twitch in the chat right now. Go over there and say I sent you. And of course, have a good one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all very much. Bye, everybody.